Hello, everybody, and welcome to not shenanigans, but, well, kind of shenanigans, as we dive back into A Taste of Paradise in Monster of the Week. I am Tessa, your keeper for the evening. You can find me on Twitter at SelkyDreams, and usually I play Bonnie in shenanigans, but tonight I will be your storyteller through the beeping that is happening in the background of my audio. Because my son is using the microwave.
Yes, your son is using the microwave. He knows he needs to be using the microwave before 7 o'clock on Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's Logan passive aggressively calling out to no one in particular in the middle of his house.
Not
As
at
we all know, in an official voice.
But joining me are our goodies and our usual storyteller, Logan. I don't know why I normally don't have you guys introduce yourselves.
You guys have
I
been
should.
you're the usual storyteller now.
I guess I am.
Look at you. Look at you. You're the storyteller now.
I can't handle the pressure, man.
The pressure.
You do it every Friday.
But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and have these guys introduce themselves really quick, starting with Angela.
Hi, my name is Angela. You can find me at darling_gypsum, and my spooky, scary skeleton is not currently sending shivers down my spine. And I am, that's going to be my new thing. I'm going to come up with some sort of spooky Halloween thing for the rest of October. I'm going to have to come up with a new thing to introduce myself as. I usually play Adelaide, but I am currently playing Ingrid, the vaguely German, vaguely not, because I'm not good at that accent, former initiate of a sacred order, but she's her relationship with them's been on the rocks lately, so we'll see how that works.
I wonder why that is. Let's go ahead and go over to Heather.
Because the player wanted to level up and made a mistake in her leveling up choice. It's fine.
Hi everyone, I'm Heather. I normally play Val here on Shenanigans. Tonight I am playing Tabitha, the spooky investigator, who uses her. I'm literally spooky. That's my exact character title. Yeah, it's fun. And yeah, that's it. Heather's brain can't think of more to say, so it's Kyle's turn. or Logan's turn.
No, K does come before L in the alphabet, so it is Kyle's turn.
Hi, I am Kyle, the one they were talking about just now. I normally play Merrick on Shenanigans, but tonight I will be playing the part of the mundane investigator, Raleigh Studebaker, who's just really looking for a little peace in this world. You can find me
How's that
at
working for you?
xgrimsby on Twitter. Oh, it's not at all.
No.
What? I'm very confused.
Sorry, no, go ahead and where can people find you?
At xgrimsby on Twitter, wherever I are.
IRL? What?
We need some
Red
Ken
Bunny?
Burns effects on that though, if it was going to work.
Oh.
Next time,
That's
just
it,
kinda
that's
slowly
me.
zoom up and in.
You do the Vertigo, the Hitchcock camera effect that they did in Jaws.
Oh,
Sparkle
so
Cam
now-
has zoom in.
So now we're gonna have to take all of Hitchhikers? No, Hitchcock, and we're gonna have to start putting real soft, mellow jazz music to it.
Just Careless Whisper all the
Constantly
time.
Careless Whisper.
That's exactly where my brain just went, was to
I'm
Careless
never
Whisper.
gonna shower again.
You get the hell out of here.
And last but certainly not
Stinky
least,
feet that got no
ew, the one-day belated birthday boy, Logan.
Hello.
Wait, what?
Introduce yourself, sir.
Hello, I'm Logan. How's it going?
Logan Channing.
Logan Channing.
So,
Okay.
Miss Channing, I heard that it was your birthday.
That's right. It is my birthday. Thank you for finally getting along with what it actually is. Although it's very strange how much Hope's not with us. Sounds like Kale Channing. I think I'll go for Kale Channing for my birthday. That was yesterday.
You kind of sound like a toddlers who smoke cigars. It's my
How's it
birthday. Thank you very much.
This diaper is dirty and I'm very upset.
Oh, it's like the baby from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
It's
Except
very
like a
much not.
legit toddler voice. just the mannerisms and the aesthetic of little whatever his name is.
It's amazing we mentioned Roger Rabbit and it didn't magically summon my son, so
Because you
That's
mentioned
a
Roger
plus.
Rabbit and not the other one.
that's true.
Please,
Bob
move on
Hoskins?
with the stream.
Yes, Bob Hopkins.
Yeah, Bob Hopkins.
Bob Hopkins.
Bleh.
Bob Foreskins.
Bobbing for
Nope.
apples, Hoskins.
No.
No. Well, okay, that one is.
I went more G-rated Halloween.
you.
theme.
You went orgy rated? What?
More G-rated.
Oh, more G rated, not orgy rated.
Oddly more Jersey as well.
Orgy rated is like past NC-17. You have
Still
to
the
be-
same amount of
you
KY,
must
though.
be having an orgy to watch this movie.
It's OG rated. Yeah.
Wow.
And this is the show now.
Yeah, I didn't even
It's just-
start, and I've
It's
already
just us
lost
doing
control.
this. It's just us doing
Lost
things
the
like
thread,
this
yeah.
forever. Lost
Honestly,
is a-
this might
Lost
be
is a
more
great
entertaining
show.
than the story I had, so.
There's no
Nonsense.
such thing as bad entertainment. That's a lie. There's a lot of bad entertainment out there. Like Lost and Dexter.
Okay. When
Alright.
criticizing other media, try not to
Well-
name names.
I was gonna, name
Our
our
lost
sponsors
team.
and thank them, but now I'm not sure they want to be associated with us
Let's
anymore.
absolutely name our
so-
sponsors. WorldAnvil.com is the best place to go for your worlds and your comms.
I'm sure that's appropriate.
And your
If
anvils
you need an
is where you
anvil-
should have gone with that.
Well, yes, but I'm in the moment.
If
Sometimes
you need an
things don't work
anvil,
out.
you're a blacksmith, and you should have one already.
Why are you not yes-anding me? I don't understand.
You should totally see their forge. It's lit up like a Christmas tree.
Oh, yes, that's very true.
So I was gonna say that maybe we should get on with the show, and
I feel like your characters never left you, Tessa. We're still trying to get a show on.
Yes, we should apologize.
Ironically-
We should apologize to our sponsors, WorldAnvil.com and Die Hard Dice. Because they're awesome and we're doing this.
Yep. This is what we do now,
But-
apparently.
But on a
Aren't
more
you so glad you
sincere
sponsored us,
note,
guys?
but on a more
welcome to
sincere
our
note
Homestar Runner Appreciation Podcast.
that we're filming.
I'm Cal
Right
Chan.
now.
It's both our inaugural episode and our final one.
Yes. Because
Girl
someone has
Channing
stolen my
strong
cat.
bad.
The cheat is not dead.
Oh yeah, she's not dead. Yeah, the cheat.
I'm so
Oh.
sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. We went off the rails and we didn't even start. But seriously, thank you very much to World Anvil. They are incredible, as well as Die Hard Dice. If you would like to roll with the best, like the rest of us, you should visit dieharddice.com, and for 15% off your first or next order, you can use the coupon code Goonies at checkout. Which you should do, because they're releasing new dice all the time, which are gorgeous constantly, and I want them. Also, in partnership with World Anvil, we are currently doing a stream called Shattered Forge on Fridays, which takes worlds that are on World Anvil and combine them into an incredible feat of storytelling. You should check them out every Friday at, I believe, noon?
Dude,
Is that correct,
PST,
Luke?
that is correct.
Yes. Alrighty. And while I don't know that Logan has the video queued up, since we are not shenanigans tonight, I think we should probably jump into our story nonetheless.
Yeah, I don't know what video you're talking about.
The intro
The
video that we
shenanigans
normally
intro?
use for shenanigans.
We haven't been doing
We've
it.
never done a shenanigans intro video on this show.
I
It's
know,
a
but I'm
video,
also
but it's just-
tired.
It's all
remember.
sheeps. It's just all
Just all
sheep.
all
sheep, yeah.
sheep all day long.
Yeah, just all sheep.
I am your character, Mukes.
Ew, that sounds
That wasn't very good. one.
bodily.
Me, I don't know if that helped or
I'll
not.
be playing
It did help a
Braulio.
little.
What was he playing? Kyle,
Braulio.
please.
Braulio.
Raleigh.
Raleigh is not dead. I'm so glad Raleigh's not dead.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Heather, can you save us and do a recap, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. So, last time
that
on
Carol
the
Channing's I just
Monster of
passed?
the Week game.
We're trying to do something now, Loken, so we're going to ignore
I was
you.
trying to
Yep.
get Carol Jennings out of here.
Anyway, so we started off with Ingrid calling Sigrun, the former leader of her group, and asking about what to do with the money that we got from Alcatraz. They're still on fairly good terms at this point, despite the fact that she's no longer with the organization. Okay, or at least mediocre terms.
Questionable terms.
Yes, and Sigrun told her to speak with Ninian, who is the head of the organization. We also did some looking into the Jonathan Xavier character and found that all he really had online was a side blog about spirits and talking with them. So we don't know anything else about him. And then 2 to 3 days later, Tabitha wakes up after having a nightmare that involved San Francisco having all sorts of things going wrong, things shooting up from the ground and fire and a tidal wave and a storm and just all sorts of craziness, and a woman's voice calling out to her, telling her basically to come to her and talk to her. And when she woke up screaming and filled in Ingrid and Meeks about what she'd seen, they ended up talking and hanging out and realized that some of the music she'd heard in her dream was actually from one of the local arcades in San Francisco. So they went to the Musée Mécanique, along with Raleigh, who eventually woke up and joined them, and discovered the woman from Tabitha's dream, whose name was Maeve Tristan. The website that they searched beforehand had a lot of information on the museum, but not a lot on Maeve. And they went and talked to her, and we discovered that, or we talked more about it and discovered that Celeste's father knew a woman he referred to as Queen Mab, and that she had a sickle he wanted. And he also had a chalice that he was going to trade her for it, and she recognized the symbol of the sickle and the arrow from Tabitha's dream, because her father had a pin just like it. He never told her anything about it and said it wasn't important to the grand plan, but that's all she really knew. So we realized we may need to speak with her father, and Ingrid realized that Maeve from the museum might be Queen Mab, since the names often get used interchangeably in stories. We all hung out and talked. Celeste asked about Tabitha's dream and got filled in. She told us that her father told her Mab was a seeker of the elements like he was. The sickle represents air. The athame is fire. The chalice is water, and the jewel is earth. Meeks refers to them as the artifacts. And we also learned that the athame was once called Excalibur, and the chalice was called the Grail once by her Aunt Ninny, who we figure out is Ninian, the same one that Ingrid is supposed to contact. Ingrid called Sigrun and mentioned Celeste to her, and Sigrun asked if the sickle was in San Francisco, and Ingrid acknowledged sort of begrudgingly that it might be, but was very vague, and then asked about Ingrid and Tabitha coming home for debriefing, which instantly Ingrid is not okay with, and when they ask her about Raleigh, Ingrid chooses Raleigh over the organization. Lots of talking about the information from the dream, and then getting
Princess Diaries was an integral
Yes.
part of this mystery.
Yes,
Yeah.
Princess Diaries was part of the mystery solving. And then we went to the Musée Mécanique the next day, looked around at all of the different arcade items and the different creations, and we found the office, knocked, and were invited into a very grandmotherly looking sitting parlor, and it met Maeve, who was indeed Queen Mab. What she wants is to hire Tabitha to work for her because of Tabitha's abilities. And she's in a competition with friends to walk the spiral labyrinth. The winner gets to change the past, and there's 5 others in the competition, one of whom is Atlantex. She doesn't know all of the others. She wants to reverse wrongs that do not affect fate in an unkind way. So she can't lie to us. We know she can't because she's a high fae. And what she says she wants to do is basically just fix things that wouldn't cause major damage to the timeline, it sounds like, but she hasn't told us details about what exactly those things would be. Just that they wouldn't affect fate in an unkind way, whatever that means. In exchange for Tabitha working for her, she would give us the sickle, which has the power to heal. And we find out that it shouldn't affect me much more than that, since I'm human, so the fact that it's cold iron wouldn't have any effect on me. And then there's a very strange exchange with Mab and Meeks over Raleigh, and saying that Raleigh doesn't know who he is yet, and that she's trying to help, and there's more things at stake, and that tells Meeks to seek the jewel. She tells Raleigh to seek the chalice, and also tells Raleigh that water will always lead him in the right path. We don't know exactly what that means yet. We keep talking outside. We haven't really decided what to do. Ingrid is messing around with her sword and starts to have fire sparks come from the tip, and we realize it might be the Athame that Maeve was just telling us about. And we talk some more about everything and talk to Mab again briefly. And she says that Raleigh will feel the call of the chalice soon. At which point Meeks basically tells him to follow the call of the water, and also reiterates, as he's done many times, that he's going to do what he has to do to keep Tabitha safe so that she can achieve her destiny. And basically tried to get Raleigh to leave. And then Ingrid got a text from an unknown number that simply said, "Call me immediately," and was signed with an N. It was from Ninian, who was told that we spoke with Mab. She wants to know what Mab wanted, but Ingrid was evasive. And we did find out that she's interested in the sickle if we find it. We told her about Celeste, and she does want to see Celeste, so she's flying out to San Francisco. She's also going to try to bring her brother, Celeste's father. And Ingrid says that literally says we're being fucked from all sides. And that was where our session ended last.
All right. So, it's a few days later, and the fog hangs in thick ribbons in the dappled light of early morning. Muir Woods is already alive with the sounds of chirping birds, crashing waves just off the headlands, and the sounds of heavy footfalls. Taliesin Laughlin paces on the balcony of his quaint forest home, staring blankly at the screen of his phone. The words on the display are barely registering to him. As he reads over them, he closes his eyes and pinches the bridge of his nose, taking a deep breath to steady himself. He looks back down at the display, and then back inside his home, to where over the fireplace on a wooden mantel rests a small silver chalice, next to the framed picture of a young woman with blonde hair and a big smile, staring happily into the camera at the background of an A's and Giants game. About 15 miles away, in the heart of San Francisco, the 4 of you awake in your apartment building. Another day has dawned. Ingrid,
Morning
you
has
know that
broken.
this is... Morning has broken.
Sorry.
It's all right. You know, Ingrid, that this is the day that Ninian said that she was coming into town.
Mm-hmm. Presumably she knows where we live.
Considering that the apartment was not purchased, but
on loan
rented.
from?
Yes. question is, when? And is Taliesin coming? How much is it that Ninian knows? Tabitha, are you taking the are you taking the sickle? And does Taliesin still have the chalice? Lots of questions. Very few answers. But the four of you are together, with Celeste in her customary spot, sitting on the back of the couch, feet dangling onto the seat cushions. What is it that you would like to do?
Well, with the prospect of Ninian coming, when she first wakes up, Ingrid sort of unconsciously starts getting dressed and realizes that she's putting on her suit. And thinks long and hard about it in the mirror for a while, and finishes putting it on.
All right. Tabitha, what is it that you're doing this morning as you've woken up?
Tabitha, she's definitely concerned about all of these choices she has to make, and she's wondering whether or not to take Maeve up on her offer.
All right.
She's probably trying to talk to Meeks about it.
All right. Why don't we see what Raleigh is up to, and then we can go ahead and jump right into that conversation if you'd like to roleplay it out.
I think Raleigh was able to afford an SNES Classic and is trying to play Secret of Mana with Celeste. You see if she can like grab the controller and actually have see if she can actually enjoy it, because it's 2-player simultaneous. It's great.
It seems like she can, although she comes less corporeal. She's a little bit harder to see. It seems like she can either manipulate something or be seen. It's very rare that she can do both at the same time. Depends on the amount of excitement that's going on. But she's happily playing with you. All right. So Meeks and Tabitha, why don't you go ahead and jump into that conversation?
Okay. So, Meeks, I seriously want to know, what's going on with this prophecy? You keep not telling me anything, and now I'm getting offered stuff from a Fae Queen?
That wasn't in my prophecy.
Okay, so what's in yours? You keep leaving out details. Raleigh's gonna die, according to you?
I'm not leaving anything out.
Okay. So, what exactly am I supposed to stop then? Or is it just really vague and you don't know?
Neither of those.
Do I need to have the sickle?
You need all the artifacts. I told you this yesterday. All right, how long has it been since our last session?
It's been 2 days.
Told you that a couple of days ago.
So I'm gonna have to take Maeve up on her offer then.
Mm-hmm. We'll find
Okay.
another way to get it.
Call me crazy, but the idea of pissing off the Queen of the Fae sounds like a really bad idea.
Find something else she wants.
I don't know that I have anything else she wants. She literally wants me.
She wants favors from you. That's different.
I guess technically that's true. So I'll have to call her. Ugh, she probably doesn't do texting. Okay.
I would bet she invented it.
Texting? I said texting, not hexing.
Oh.
All right. Oh, well, I'm gonna go touch base with Raleigh and Ingrid too, because they're. If I have to give information about Atlantics, they're gonna be involved in that too.
I understand.
Go look for everybody else.
You find everyone gathered in the living room.
So, like, Meeks says I have to have all the artifacts. He kind of mentioned it the other day, I guess, but in all the chaos, I didn't remember that. So I'm gonna have to somehow get it from Maeve. And call me crazy, but, taking something from a Fey Queen sounds like a bad idea.
It is not crazy. Seems very even-keeled to me. To not do it.
Right.
What if you can get her to like owe you a favor, and then the favor that you cash in as like getting the sickle?
I believe it would have to be an exchange of equal value or great.
Yeah. I don't know what I could, offer her. I mean, she literally just wants information on Atlantics. But we don't know what's going to happen if she gets that information is the problem.
I think there is something to be said for checking out the other side of this conflict, perhaps. We're going to be speaking with Ninian. That will be one of them. Sides, that is.
Yeah. And I get the feeling that we, shouldn't mention the sickle or the chalice or anything to anybody.
I would err on the side of caution if we are asked about it. I would play dumb.
All right. I'm good at that.
Not true. And Ingrid's like adjusting her shirt collar, and she walks back into her room, shuts the door, and you hear a light thump against the door as if someone has chucked a jacket against it. And she proceeds to change into something more comfortable. She second guesses.
There is a knock at the apartment door.
Who is it?
Your Uber is here.
Did one of you order McDonald's?
No. He said Uber, not Uber Eats. Just a minute.
Meeks will pick up his bag and stands on the opposite side of when the door opens.
Ingrid, did you tap 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 on the door? Ingrid, did you call an Uber?
What? No, I did. That would likely be Ninian.
All right. Well, I guess our ride is here.
Okay. Just gotta get my. Hold on.
That's fine. They just got here. We've got a couple minutes. Tabitha's gonna grab all her stuff, her bag, and her weapons and everything.
All right. Does anyone open the door?
Yes.
It's like, can I have my fate point, please? Can I have my point, please?
So you open the door to see a very tall, kind of lanky gentleman with long blonde hair, kind of half up, half down. He's got it kind of part of it pulled back into a bit of a ponytail, and the rest hangs down past his shoulder blades. There's a streak of white, just kind of accenting very fine, delicate features, long, straight nose, very full lips, a little quirk to one side as he smiles.
Handsome Viking.
Definitely got some Viking or something in there. And he just offers you a very charming smile. Hello. I was sent for a Mr. Raleigh, Miss Ingrid, Miss Tabitha, and a Mr. Meeks. Am I in the right location?
Yo, do we looking at Meeks? Do we know a Raleigh or a Meeks or an Ingrid or a Tabitha?
I don't think that's what he said.
Do we know a Mr. Raleigh and Mr. Meeks, Miss Ingrid and a Miss Tabitha?
No.
No, we don't know those people.
Oh, that's very strange.
What
Must,
you said
Raleigh
you
was my father.
you said you were an Uber. Who ordered the Uber? Just curious.
Oh, a N Lancelot ordered it.
Do we know an N Lancelot?
No.
At this point, Ingrid comes out of her room, just like hoodie pushing over her t-shirt. Did I hear that correctly?
You heard what? Which
And
part?
Lancelot.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That will be for us.
Oh, then yes, we do know those people.
Thank you. We will be a moment. And she's got her duffel bag over her shoulder with her foci and ingredients and her sword tucked into it.
The gentleman offers you an incredibly gentle and sincere smile. Of course, take all the time that you need. The ride is out front. You can call me Ron.
Thank you, Ron.
I also have mints, an assortment of chocolates and waters in the vehicle, should you decide you want something to freshen up with as well on the way over. We have a little bit of a drive. I believe we're going into Muir Woods.
Sick.
I thought his name was Uber.
I believe instead of an Uber, she ordered us an Ubermensch. Sorry. That was out of character, not Ingrid.
Yeah, Meeks, when you see, he introduced himself as Ron from Uber, it's like, if you see the umlauts over something, it means something different than if you don't see the umlauts over something.
He said earlier when you asked who it was your Uber.
Is Meek still behind the door?
Yes.
Were you expecting to be in a Tarantino film or something? It is just a door.
I don't know what
No
that
one.
means.
I knew that would be
He
lost.
doesn't watch movies.
We should be going. If it's a long ride, we
Yeah.
should.
I do
Also,
watch
guys-
movies. You made me watch the Princess movie.
That's true. I did
Very
watch
different
this
movie.
It's a good movie. You needed to see it. But regardless, we probably shouldn't eat or drink anything.
I'm not familiar with Ninian being of any fae quality, but
I just don't trust anybody at this fucking point.
we did stock the fridge. If you need snacks, take them with you. Celeste, would you like to be would you like to come with
Raleigh's
us?
exit.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think that would be great.
At this point, I feel like Ingrid would have asked her if it was okay to do this, and might have mentioned that her father might be there.
And she's very excited about this idea.
And if at any point you are uncomfortable with this, you do not need to join us in the house, all right?
I
This is
understand.
Up to you.
Thank you.
But I mean, the redwoods are pretty awesome. You could like explore around and do stuff. It's pretty neat. Gonna cross the Golden Gate Bridge. It's gonna be great.
Oh, that would be fun. I haven't seen the Golden Gate in a long time.
All right, let us go.
All right. So you all leave the house, and as you exit, you see Ron sitting in the front seat of a very large black sedan. It's a little bit not quite limousine quality, but definitely, Lincoln Town Car-esque.
Sure.
He probably is a professional driver beyond just the normal Uber. And sure enough, there's a partition that rolls up should you wish to speak freely or confidentially as you pile in. And Ron turns and is there a music choice I can offer you? Would you prefer the partition up, down, whatever would be your preference?
Ingrid looks around at everyone. Well, how would you like to do this? Sorry. Sorry. I
Beautiful.
was waiting.
I mean, we should probably just like rock, paper, scissors between you, me, and Raleigh, because Meeks doesn't care.
We do not need music. The window up, if you do not mind, Ron. Thank you.
Of course. My pleasure. And he rolls the partition up, and you are situated in the back of the car as some light classical just begins to filter through. Just a little bit of ambient mood music. Nothing particularly overt. And the car pulls away.
Ingrid is quiet for a lot of the trip unless prompted. She's not super chatty.
I spy something with my eye.
This
That
is the cup
starts.
holder again.
Damn it. Every
Is
time.
it actually an Uber? Like, is there actually the driver's picture and stuff?
Yes.
All right. Tabitha does that thing where you send a picture of your Uber or Lyft driver to someone just in case, and she sends it to her mom.
Okay.
Who's this handsome fellow?
Are you on a date?
No.
This must be like an Uber X.
I mean, it's really fancy, so it probably is.
They rarely spare expenses.
As you guys poke around, there is, the standard tissues, mints. There's bottles of water. There are little snacks. Meeks, they have crackers there prepackaged in, should you desire some, as well as, Sprite, things like that. There are bits of fresh fruit. And at one point, as you are stopping to go across the Golden Gate Bridge to pay the toll, this UberX does not have a fast pass or a fast track to go through. You hear over an intercom, if you don't mind, I'm just going to grab a bottle of water from the cooler. Is that okay with everyone? I don't want to interrupt any conversation.
No conversation to interrupt, please.
Did you
Help
want
yourself.
Voss or a Perrier or an Aquafina or Kirkland signature? Which one? I can grab it for you.
Oh, that's too kind. Voss, please.
Still sparkling lemon pomegranate.
Half the Uber X is a fridge, by the way.
Still is fine, thank you.
Perfect.
And the partition rolls back up, and you continue on. Up ahead is the signature orange rust of the Golden Gate Bridge waves far below you as you ride across it. There's very little traffic leaving the city this morning. Most of it seems to be coming in.
Tabby, I don't mean to be morbid, but don't do your thing here. Just don't.
What do you mean?
Do not.
I'll tell you when you're older.
No need to put in any supernatural feelers on this particular bridge.
Oh, I can't shut it off, Raleigh.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's okay. Thank you for the concern, but no, it's just there. They're there. I just don't look.
Why?
Because at a certain point, it's just too fucking depressing.
It seems like we're quiet for the rest of the drive.
Are there Biscoff cookies like you would get in an airplane?
There are.
Weirdly, Delta pretzels don't seem out of place. But...
They're still stale.
Oh.
Uh,
Well, they got them from after the plane, so they're even more
Like
stale
they
than
get
fresh.
better over time, but they're still stale. They're not quite ripe yet.
every package of Delta pretzels was
Comes
used
stale.
in the filming of The Langoliers.
Says the person
Logan.
who lets peeps go
I
stale.
was just about to say, I've seen how you eat
Stale
Pete's
peeps
Logan
are
Bryce.
amazing.
He opens the package and puts them in a drawer and leaves them.
He does.
Yeah, for
He does.
months.
No,
Turn
not
away
months.
now, viewers.
About,
Turn away
about
now
3
while you
weeks.
can.
He
Bang
does.
on
The
home.
abomination.
Ned is delighted when he finds them 3 weeks later.
'Cause I forget
They're
about it by
ready
then.
to eat it.
So they're a surprise and a chewy treat.
So then they become
Really gross.
What they become really big Lucky Charms.
Not quite that bad.
It makes. I think this is a cookie that you would enjoy. It is also referred to as a digestive biscuit.
I'll try it. Logan's never had one, so I don't know what they're like.
It's like
Is
They're
it
really
bland?
crumbly.
it has a little bit of spice to it.
Spicy. Okay.
Like a ginger. Not overly sweet. It's actually a very kind of more on the savory side of things.
It's got a little bit of a brown sugar vibe.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. It's pretty
So-
good. It's like a gingerbread light, kind of, but soft.
All right. Still too sweet.
Oh, it was worth a shot.
I like the kick. Is that the way to say it?
Ginger's got a kick, sure.
The bite.
Or a snap.
I know you had that cooking show on the other day.
Don't
Bam.
you ever malign Julia Child.
I know the one with the weird hosts.
Oh, Guy Fieri. Yeah, that one. Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. That one's one of my favorites.
No, that one was gross. The other one.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
The
The cooking
accents.
show with the weird people that does not narrow it down.
The one with the accents.
America's Test Kitchen.
I don't know the names of them anymore.
You mean the like British Bake Off one?
In the tent? That one seems good.
But like most of what they cook is sweet, my dude.
But they're friendly.
That they are.
They seem to care about each other. They help
Like-
each other.
I would very much like to just most of those contestants just like get a big old hug. You know? They just seem like very huggable people.
I'm just imagining that the camera pans out as the UberX continues down the road towards the forest, and you just continue to hear this conversation about the cooking channel and the baking shows.
Yeah.
That's
And
the
it's,
bulk of our trip.
At some point, Tabitha leans over to Ingrid. Are we there yet?
Dear God, I hope so.
The car turns off of Highway 101 not too long after you pass through the Robin Williams tunnel, painted with a rainbow as you enter. And the car begins a slower, windy ascent up past Mount Tamalpais, deeper into Muir Woods. It is easy to get lulled to sleep on the long ride. It's peaceful, quiet, and comfortable.
Does not sleep. She's too tense, too nervous.
Same.
I assume those little packages of cookies was 2 cookies in each.
Mm-hmm.
In a strange fit of whimsy and maybe boredom brought around by a long car ride, Meeks takes the cookie over and balances on Raleigh's nose. And then just leans back.
God, if he leans forward in just the right angle, he's gonna just choke on the cookie.
Just catches them. Huh?
So a wake up surprise.
Another couple of turns later, and the solid pavement turns to gravel, crunching underneath the wheels of the UberX. Branches obscure the view from the windows as the redwoods encroach on the car. Just when you think that the forest cannot get any thicker, the light breaks through as a clearing opens up in front of you all. A craftsman-style home sits nestled amongst the trees. Back deck overlooking the bluffs. It's beautiful. And the car comes to a stop.
Can I see Celeste?
You cannot see Celeste. But again, in order for her to have gotten in the car and not freaked out your Uber driver, it wouldn't be uncommon that she would have gone invisible. However, Tabitha, this is you. Yeah. And no, you cannot.
Celeste?
There is no answer.
You guys, I can't see her.
Well, she's like probably really nervous about
Yeah, but usually, most of the time, I can still see her.
Was she here before? She got into the car with us, right?
She did.
Was there a point? Was it just like when we all sort of like came to our senses when the car stopped that we noticed she was gone, or has she been missing for a while?
Did anyone particularly try to engage her in conversation during the trip, or were you all kind of just...
I probably would have occasionally. I always forget that it's hard to remember she's there when they're not on screen.
Mm-hmm. I understand. You come to realize that it was right about the time that you crossed over the bridge that you didn't see her anymore.
Heights. No, it wouldn't be heights.
Maybe it was the shaking of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Or the other spirits.
Maybe.
Would it be that she is just not here at all? Like she did not make the trip?
Are we out of the car now?
Ron has exited the car and is coming around to open up the door for you.
Okay. Where are we again? Is there a building here?
There is a large craftsman-style home just ahead of you. There is a gravel driveway underneath you, and there's a clearing, and it looks like the edge of the bluffs are here, so much so that the back deck of the house is almost over the cliff, overlooking the view.
Not intimidating at all.
So I kind of look the house over and look at the bluffs, look at the deck, look at the ground around me. I'll be right back.
All right.
And I walk over and go behind a tree At which point my wings probably peek out from behind the tree, and then
Funny.
and then I go back to the bridge.
Okay. Where is it that you land on the bridge?
I've been there. I've been a lot of places on it. That's kind of up to you. I don't know.
Okay.
I did not pick a particular spot, but I have been there.
Let's say that you pop back in on the city side of the bridge.
Okay.
And you're
Am I
on
in
one of the
middle of the road.
No, you're on the
Okay.
you're on the passenger walk.
All right.
On the walkway. It is very cold and very windy.
I'm just gonna take my time. Not take my time, but I'm just gonna walk or run the length of it probably. Just looking
You
for
do
her.
not see Celeste here.
When I get to the far side where we would have first driven over, I'll call for her.
There is no answer.
Okay. That's gonna take me a while, I assume.
It is a 2-mile long bridge, yes.
Yeah. So 10 minutes.
But no answer.
Maybe 15 minutes. Because it's not like flat. I can also fly.
That's true.
So I might be like making very long strides.
Mm-hmm.
Like anime running.
Yeah, basically.
Is there anywhere else you check aside from the bridge?
What else did we pass? Right before the bridge. I don't remember what we might have passed right before the bridge, so I can't think of
It was
anything.
just more city.
Yeah. Oh well. Is there a city right before the bridge? I thought it was wilderness.
So-
wilderness.
The
The
apartment.
Yeah, it's the toll bridge.
She's gone all the way back to the apartment? I can check there. I can try that.
Okay. So you pop back into the apartment. You see a pile of shredded, torn up paper in the living room next to a small blonde girl angrily shredding up scratch paper. She seems frustrated.
I'll go sit down next to her and pick up some paper and start shredding it.
You guys are done already?
Thought you were coming.
I tried.
The bridge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it just crossing it?
I don't know. It was weird. 1 second, Ron was reaching into the bucket and Raleigh was handing him the water. And then I was back here.
You can't leave the city.
Well, that's not fair.
I can try to take you with me.
Okay.
And I try to take her with me, but I assume at this point it's going to be, 20, 30 minutes before I get caught up with where they are at. Or before they catch up to where I'm at. I'm not just going to stand outside the house the whole time, I assume.
So we'll come back to you, but in about, I would say probably 20 minutes, you'll be back with the rest of the
Okay.
group. Given you your ability to teleport. So
Bam.
Ron lets you all out of the vehicle. You are standing in the driveway of this beautiful home. And Ron goes, "Can I help you with any of your bags?"
No, I believe we are all right.
Yeah, thanks.
Did Meeks take his bag with him? Okay. Then, no, I believe we are fine. Ingrid puts her duffel bag on her shoulder.
Excellent. Well, let me go announce your presence. I'll be right back. and Ron walks over towards the house.
I feel like I've
Let's
seen
see.
him before.
He does kind of look like a little familiar, but I mean, I
Ubers
don't
that
know.
you would perhaps know. Uber
Maybe, yeah.
drivers.
I mean, yeah, but not like this fancy.
Where is it? Are you waiting by the car, or do you walk up behind him while he knocks to the door?
I would walk with him. I'd start
Okay.
walking towards the house.
I'd stay with Ingrid.
As you walk over, you notice, a set of intricate wind chimes hanging on one corner. You have digestive biscuits, and I saw it, and it made me happy. And now I want one. The wind chimes are gently wafting in the breeze, and a short, rotund gentleman opens the door. He's got heavy-set lines by his eyes, deep lines in his cheeks, and a very deeply lined forehead. He's balding, his hair has gone gray, and he offers a smile to Ron. Oh, thank you so much for delivering them safely. I very much appreciate it. And Ron goes, oh, no, it is absolutely my pleasure to fulfill the contract, of course. It is my job. And he nods, and the gentleman says, yes, please come in. My name is Taliesin Lachlan. It's wonderful to meet you all. I thought there were 4 of you.
He had to run out to fulfill an errand. He will be back soon, though.
Oh, excellent. Well, please come on in. Ron, do you need to use the restroom or anything before you take off? I do know that it's a bit of a drive back to the city. And Ron thanks him and says, actually, yes, please, that would be wonderful if I could use your facilities. And he heads off towards the back, seemingly knowing exactly where he's going.
It is good to meet you, Mr. Laughlin. I'm Ingrid Wolf.
It is wonderful to meet you, Ingrid. And you must be Raleigh, and I believe that makes you Tabitha, yes?
That's right.
Wonderful to meet you. Please come in. I have coffee, tea, hot chocolate.
Coffee would be amazing.
Excellent. I believe Ninian will be along shortly.
Very good, thank you.
So the 3 of you enter in and walk down into a kind of recessed living room where you go down a couple of steps into it, and you can see the fireplace off to one side with various pictures, a couple of very nice sculptures, a photo frame of Celeste, very clearly as you know her, and then off directly across from the couch is just the blue of the ocean with a few stray branches of cypress and redwood trees poking through to kind of frame this picturesque sight.
Dang, man. What do you do?
Oh,
Sorry, that's really rude.
That's all right. I deal in lore, mythos, and antiquities.
A lucrative business.
It can be, yes.
So you're like one of those librarians from the Sifi channel.
Do you mean the sci-fi
s-
channel?
Oh,
Weird
no.
spelled.
It's SYFY. That's Sifi.
What are we in, 2009? He still hasn't let go.
Right. I guess you could say that. Yes, I have various different businesses and things that I dabble in as well. But oh, thank you, Welcome Party RPG. Welcome to, and thank you for the raid. And it's wonderful to make your acquaintance. And let me bring in those coffees. So he busies himself. Would you like an espresso, latte? I have a whole cappuccino. I have a whole setup here.
That, well, it might be the single fanciest cup of coffee that I have ever had. Dealer's choice.
Ooh, excellent. Tabitha,
Just-
Ingrid, anything I can get for you?
Oh, just a tea, please. Thank you.
I'm okay, thanks.
Herbal, black, green, Rubios, white.
Herbal, please.
Excellent. So he comes over a few minutes later with a deep cup full of rich, foamy cappuccino with cinnamon sprinkled over the top, and hands it to Raleigh, and hands Ingrid a very delicate china teacup filled, and puts a china tea kettle on the table on a little warmer as well, with an assortment of different herbal teas. He also brings over a plate of assorted biscuits and fruits. And Meeks, it's right about this time that you pop back in.
Right? I would be outside though.
Yes, correct.
Does she come with me?
She does come with you.
Oh, neat.
Fuck that bridge.
As you start walking up towards the house and you get a little bit closer to the Uber that brought you, she starts flickering slightly.
I take a step back from the Uber.
And she materializes again.
Is the Uber driver there?
He is inside currently. He's not inside the car.
Stay here. I go over to the vehicle.
Alright?
Is the driver's side door open?
It is currently open, yes.
Okay. I open the door.
Alright?
I will climb into the driver's seat.
Okay.
I will steal the car.
There are no keys in it,
That's fine.
but if you would like to investigate a mystery,
I would
you
like to
absolutely
investigate
can.
a mystery with my investigating nose.
And rewrite history.
DuckTales. Woo!
Grand Theft Auto.
Is that a real die? Yes, it is. Okay.
Do you have fake dice?
I have dice that have weird designs on them that are not actually 1 through 6. Yes. What is it? Please don't say sharp.
Sharp.
God damn it. I have too many tabs open. Hold on. I know you're all shocked. Did I not?
It's almost like you're producing this stream while you're playing.
Oh yeah, that's totally 3 of those tabs.
Out of how many, love?
Shh.
I think his record was 40 something at one point.
That's average. That's a low average.
I can't throw stones at that. I have like 5 Chrome windows open, and each of them probably has close to 10 tabs.
How do you live your life like that? It just
I gotta remember
That's
stuff.
sort of bullet journaling.
It drives me insane.
I gotta remember stuff. Yeah, but then it's writing, and I can't read my writing, so.
There's that.
If I had a book that was calligraphy for dummies, I would have put that up. I would have a whole conversation just in book
to
titles.
covers. Always. Angela's smart ass books. So with that, it's only a 9.
All right. So you can ask one question. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can it hurt? Where did it go? What was it going to do? And what is being concealed here?
What was the first one again?
What happened here?
I think what is being concealed here is more appropriate, specifically in relation to hopefully her. So,
All right. As you are.
what kind of creature are you? Sorry.
I'm a car!
The car talks.
Yes, its name is Kit. As you are perusing, kind of looking through, you come across something odd. You're going through the glove compartment and different things, and the license the registration and insurance for the vehicle pops out onto the seat. And you can see the full name of the driver and everything else. Do you pick it up and look at it?
Well, if that's what's being concealed, then yes.
Literally, by the glove box. You see the owner of the car listed as Oberon, and the
Subtle.
said his name was Ron.
God damn it.
And you also see a couple of different contracts, but what catches your eye the most is that the car is also said to be owned by Atlantics.
Okay. I'd take those documents.
You also find several other looks like little fetishes. And you're not entirely sure what they do. But as you bring them closer, or pull them out of the car to examine them, Celeste starts flickering a little bit. They
What do
look,
they look like?
remarkably. They look remarkably similar to the little statues that had been placed around the Villain Court fountain by the washerwomen.
How many of them are there?
There are 3. And if you
What are they made out
remember, they are made out of various bits of cloth and also a few silver scrapings. Yay, thank you for the raid, Curious Crafts. We love Mimsy.
Mimsy and the Banana Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
So, Meeks is going to... Is there a lighter in the car?
There is
Like
a
a
lighter
push
in the
lighter?
car. There is.
Okay, I'm going to pop that in.
Okay.
And then when it's done, I'm going to take it out. I'm going to burn these things.
All right.
Grand Theft Auto.
Not the car.
Do-do-do-do.
I'm going to take them off and make a little hole in the ground and with my foot, and then just put them in there and with the lighter and kind of just get it caught, and then throw some dry leaves on it, and then see if Celeste can walk closer to the car.
As you dispose of the fetishes that keep spirits from riding in the car, Celeste does become a little bit more apparent. Her visage, instead of flickering, becomes a little bit stronger.
Okay.
And eventually, as they finish burning, she seems almost completely corporeal.
Let's be careful walking to the house.
She nods.
And I just put those documents into the small zipper on my bag
Okay.
where I keep my crackers.
All right. So do you just walk into the house or do you knock?
I just kind of walk up to the front door and stand there.
Celeste goes with you and then kind of looks up at you. You have to announce your presence. It doesn't just open for you.
Meeks has been to too many shopping malls or too many grocery stores.
I have arrived.
Press the little, there's a little thing next to the door. You gotta, like a little door buzzer, outside of buildings. You gotta press that.
Oh, for a guy who really ascribes to not being that connected with monetary wealth, he sure acts like a privileged white guy.
I press the little buzzer.
Bing, bong, 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 bong,
The
bong,
wind
bong,
chimes
bong.
outside the door actually ring in a very pleasant tinkling sound.
Why would we need to be announced? Why would we need to be alerted that we have arrived?
I just wanted to see what it would do. Come on in, my dude.
In the Princess movie, there were people that opened doors.
Yes, but this is not a movie.
Excuse me. I will go and let in our situationally challenged friend.
All
I
right.
thought you already did. That's why I said that.
Oh, I just heard I just imagined an
Didn't realize it was through
intercom
the
and
door.
Raleigh was just like,
Oh, is there an intercom? Oh, okay, that's fine.
I don't know. I just made that up.
That's fine. I like it.
Oh, there totally is.
That's
So-
right, because the doorman just went to the door. There was no way.
I will. No, but seriously, once Raleigh says, I'll try opening the door. Is it locked?
It is not locked.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
In the middle of nowhere. Who's gonna break it?
next time I'll just walk in, I guess.
No, you should always knock. It's just polite.
She said that I had to push the weird button.
No, I just said you had to announce yourself. And
That's
that
right.
the
You said I had to
sound
push the weird button. Now you're saying I have to knock. Why are you contradicting yourself, Raleigh?
Because you had already knocked, and then you pressed the
I
little
had not
button
knocked.
after.
I had bellowed.
I thought you. Oh,
I
that's
announced my
right.
presence, which is what she told me to do.
I got confused in the moment. I'm sorry.
You give a lot of mixed messages, all of you. I would really like to know what's appropriate in these situations.
In most circumstances,
I'll
what you
ask
want to
Tabitha.
do.
Thank you.
Well, fuck you too. I have not been in part of this conversation, so I have no stake in this.
Your host has gone completely silent as he looks over to see his daughter standing next to Meeks. He doesn't move. His jaw is slightly agape. His hands tremble slightly. Celeste kind of tugs at your sleeve, Meeks unsure of what to do.
Meeks is not concerned about what to do. He just stands there. He assumes they'll figure out their awkward social condition. It's fine.
It must be a while. This is Celeste.
I know.
And Celeste, this is.
I know, Raleigh.
Tabitha holds out a hand to Celeste and will walk over towards her dad with her if she wants someone to go with her.
And she does. It does not take long before the two of them are embracing. And even less time after that for her immediate babbling response of everything that has happened to her since that day, and just a constant stream of consciousness, and to the point where her dad is just nodding and tears are streaming down his face, just happy to be holding his daughter. And he kind of forgets that you're there. Ingrid, Raleigh.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say Ingrid steps away from them and stands next to Raleigh and says very quietly under her breath, "At least one good thing is to come of all of this."
Yes. That Ron dude has been gone for an exquisite amount of time.
Do not. I didn't hear the word till a second after I started talking.
Sometimes they're just slow burners.
I was about to say, don't judge him. He might have a problem, but you apparently don't have a problem with it. I'm not one to question people's usage of facilities.
It does occur to you that it's been the better part of a half an hour, and no one has heard anything. And Ingrid, it does seem a little odd that Ninian would have called for an Uber to bring you here and not have been here herself by this time.
I have theories. Most of them terribly rude. Something tells me that perhaps Ninian has not yet arrived on this side of the world yet, and that she will be here shortly. Because it's magics and everything.
Or maybe she just wanted to give, like, Taliesin a chance to reconnect. You know?
I would like... I take my phone out and I text Ninian to let her know. We're at the house. I hope you are to arrive shortly? Question mark.
You get the response, all in good time.
She makes this face at the phone.
So we're in what kind of room exactly?
You are in a living room. There is a kitchen right off to the left-hand side. It looks very shiny and industrious. There is a sliding glass door that leads out onto the balcony straight ahead. And then to the right is a mantled fireplace with several little sculptures and tchotchkes on it and pictures of Celeste across the mantelpiece.
I kind of try to get Raleigh's attention a little bit. And then as I make eye contact, I kind of look towards the kitchen.
More broccoli.
I just kind of start heading towards the kitchen.
And I follow.
I will sit and drink my tea.
It is excellent tea. It's probably some of the best tea you've ever had.
What else is off of the kitchen?
There is also a hallway off of the kitchen that leads further down into the house.
That's it?
And then a set of stairs down the hallway, but yes.
All right. Hungry?
Eternally.
Maybe make a sandwich.
I would not be so rude as to impose upon a kitchen that I had not been authorized to use. But a house like this probably has some pretty kick-ass sandwich fix-ins, just saying. Do you want anything?
Sure. Surprise me.
Alright.
And Raleigh,
Yeah?
take your time and be loud. And I turn and start heading down the hallway.
Alright, so... Gas range. Okay. This place probably has some, like... cookie sheet. What do I want with mixing bowls? Maybe a whisk. Yeah, start with that.
Taliesin looks up for a moment. Oh, please help yourself. Anything. Knock yourself out. Thank you. Thank you. You have been given permission to do whatever you want in the kitchen.
I'm about to destroy this kitchen, just so you know.
Tabitha and Ingrid, you see Meeks kind of disappear down the hall. Is there anything in particular that you two are doing while Taliesin and Celeste are chatting?
I'm struggling with the habit of sitting still and doing as I'm told. I'm relatively concerned for Celeste, so I stay in the living room and just sort of keep within earshot.
Yeah, I mean, not the sitting still. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Take a seat off to the side.
Yeah. I think Tabitha's probably sitting with Ingrid, possibly trying to sit just so she can see a different angle of the room. Just to keep better view going in multiple directions. But she's letting them have the father and daughter have their moment.
Question.
Answer.
The ability to see another time or place.
Yes, Angela.
Does that count as the future? Or is it just the past?
That is an excellent question. And
It's very vague on purpose, I think.
I fail to see how it would exclude the future. So, yes, if you would like to do that, you may.
I would like to attempt to do that. So while they're having their little talk, Ingrid is going to put her bag up on a coffee table and start sifting through it for a couple of things that she has, including I believe she has a little small crystal ball, very David Bowie and Labyrinth, without the codpiece.
But why?
Because it's unnecessary for this particular action. And yeah, she's got a little bit of an itch at the back of her head that is making her impatient and uncomfortable, and she is going to try to see what is going to be going on here in the next hour, maybe.
So you just want to skip ahead an hour?
Kinda. Just a glimpse of what might be happening, if they're just going to be sitting here for the next hour, or if gonna go all Umbrella Academy and there's just burning. Just checking. So that's weird, I think.
It's weird, yes.
Second, I think I have a bonus. So when I'm observing another place in time, I have the practitioner feat, which says I choose 2 effects available under my use magic, and I can take a +1 whenever I choose any of those effects. So with what I rolled a 7, I have a 3 weird +1, so 11 total.
All right. Your eyesight goes a little fuzzy as time seems to speed up. You get 3 distinct flashes, different variations on a future. The future is much less concrete than the present or the past. It is difficult to read. You see a couple of options. You see swords drawn. You see a broken sliding glass window. You see an epic sandwich, Dagwood style, created sitting in the middle of the table. You're brilliant, Kyle. Thank you for that. You see the mantle above the fireplace broken in half. Stonework cracked and crumbling. You see Tabitha on one side of the room, nose bloody, eyes dark, hands outstretched, and hair wildly around her, appearing as if arcs of electricity are coming off of her in waves. You see Raleigh, teeth bared in an almost inhuman grimace.
Eating the sandwich.
Not eating the sandwich, but okay.
Well, that's one version.
That's one version.
Headcanon accepted.
Teeth
25%
elongated
chance
into
of it.
sharpened, almost sharpened fangs.
Power?
How many ways can this go completely tits up?
Is Raleigh Shaggy
Well, we're up to
and
6
Scooby?
so far.
Oh, well, I didn't say that all of them were separate and distinct.
Oh,
Some
God.
of these could be parts of the same. You do see one where you are all sitting, and Ninian is joining you, and there's tea and cookies to be had.
Shit hasn't gone down yet.
And then you come back into yourself.
Please be the sandwich future.
The best of all
Meats.
timelines.
Where is it you were heading off to down this hall?
I'm gonna just trust my gut.
Alrighty. You make your... Oh, you have to roll for that, right? Okay.
Oh, no.
Alright.
Oh, it won't matter. It's gonna be, even if it's sharp, it'll be a 10. I got 11. What is it? Oh, it's weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So it's an 11.
Alright. You find yourself staring up the stairs and quietly climbing them.
Fly.
Right?
No creaking on this watch.
Just
But I'm gonna do it right above the.
whoosh.
Yeah.
Go
Now, it
quiet.
doesn't say I have to use my wings are spectral. They don't make sound.
You find yourself
That'd be
just
awesome,
outside of a door. A very hushed conversation happening just behind it.
I listen at the door.
You hear, where is it? What do you mean, where is it? That wasn't part of our deal. You promised power, Oberon. Where is it? I promised power that I could give, not power you could steal from someone else. There is a decidedly feminine voice speaking to what sounds like Ron, although that is a different...
Nobody that I recognize, though.
Not a voice that you've recognized, no. Do you at least know where the sickle is?
Haven't I heard Ingrid talk to somebody on voicemail or listen to voicemail of the leader? Maybe not. I guess not.
You have heard her speak to Sigrun. This is not Sigrun. And hello! Welcome, Mercs of Mischief. Thank you for
Mercs of
the
Mischief.
raid. We're in the middle of investigating some mysterious things.
And we're playing Monster of the Week, and I think we're still in the D&D category. Sorry.
I moved us.
Oh, good. Thank
I
you.
moved us when we started.
Thank you. I forgot to move us.
I can confirm that the sickle is in San Francisco, but it's not here. Will help me find the chalice then. I need all of the artifacts. They cannot fall into the wrong hands. I will not amend our contract any further, Nidian. This is as far as this goes. I have brought them here, as you asked. I have prevented Celeste from coming. I've gotten you access to the house, and
That's
I have
enough.
told you the
I bamfed
location.
downstairs.
Okay. Where do you bamf down to? The living room?
Right next to
or-
Ingrid.
There is a squeak of surprise from Taliesin as you reappear
With
in
my wings.
Celeste's. Mhm.
It's a trap. We need to go.
I'm sorry?
He ignores.
What kind of trap makes...
I don't know. It's a trap. We need to go. Do you not trust me?
No, I trust you.
I start heading for the door. I
Alright.
grab Tabitha by the hand. Celeste,
Dad, come on. Wait,
Is-
I don't understand. What's a trap? What's going on?
I'm already at the door. I'm getting out.
So that, Ingrid,
I'm dragging
can
Tabitha
we,
with me.
I'm
can we bring
going.
the father. Is he part of it?
Not that I can tell.
You should come with us.
It's safer. Come on.
Raleigh, you are finishing up making this multigrain
Fuck,
bread
Raleigh.
sandwich with mayonnaise, garlic, and thyme, fatina,
I wouldn't leave
and
Raleigh.
Havarti and Gruyere cheeses with heirloom tomatoes, maple bourbon bacon, and butter lettuce. You have made a side of spinach artichoke dip and a sage and thyme sandwiched between paper-thin potato chips. It smells divine. And portable.
I would not have left Raleigh. Like, I didn't leave the couch, but if Meeks is pulling Tabitha, Ingrid will look to Tabitha. I will get him. Go.
Okay.
And Ingrid's gonna go find Raleigh in the kitchen.
I put out a hand behind me for Celeste and her dad.
Celeste grabs your hand, as does Taliesin. Wait, I can't leave. I've got to grab something really quickly.
Nope. I don't know. I'm not controlling that situation.
I will be right there.
Where
And
is it?
Taliesin. Where is what?
Whatever you're grabbing, where is it?
It's in my bedroom.
Upstairs, top of the stairs, the first door?
Yes.
You can't go there
Why not?
because they are there.
They? Who's they?
Tabitha, can you start that? And I point to the car.
I can try. I haven't jump-started a car in a while, but I can try.
Celeste, I need you to keep Tabitha safe. Tabitha, I need you to keep Celeste safe.
Deal.
And I
In
hid
the
inside
party
with
3 ways.
I head inside with him.
Okay.
Ingrid, when you've got Raleigh and his sandwich, they're going to need help with that car. We'll be there soon. I will
Quick.
slow them down.
Ingrid is, as she's walking, pulling her sword out of her bag and then throwing her bag over her shoulder.
And I'm drawing my bat.
All right.
Break.
Raleigh comes out of the kitchen.
And Raleigh's
wearing-
face is twisted with his teeth gnashed and gnarly.
Arr, he's turned into a were sandwich.
This sandwich is delicious. My precious.
Oh, God.
Ailey.
It's like a zombie, but instead of brains, he's going for a sandwich.
It should have been Gouda.
There was some lovely tension that we tried to build up there.
Gouda.
No,
Oh,
Aoli's way funny.
It is much funnier.
So who are we focusing on first in this three-part party switch?
And we're dead.
Not yet, but we will be soon since we split ourselves up in 3 ways.
Yeah.
Sounds like the lowest stake might be getting Raleigh out of the kitchen if you want to start there.
Raleigh's in the kitchen with sandwich.
I'm waiting on a response for something on that.
Okay. Kyle, come on.
Sorry.
Tomato basil bread or rye. You gotta pick. Let's go.
one.
It's multigrain.
Is it a sturdy bread? Can you use it as a weapon?
The cast iron skillet. I can use the cast iron skillet as a weapon.
Are you describing the pan to her right now? Is that what's going on?
Yep.
Probably. Oh my god.
No.
It's they're debating on oils right now.
Right. Is it still
Truffle or
seasoned? Was it
almond or-
seasoned well or not? Because that's going to change how well it smacks someone in the face.
It's true.
Is it hard to
Did you
hold?
coat it? Did you coat it in a little bit of mayonnaise before you grilled it to create a nice crisp with the flavor without needing to add butter?
You always spread the mayonnaise on the bread, a little bit of butter in the pan, and you put the hard cheese on the outside of the toast so that you can grill it and it melts into a nice crostini on the outside.
I think we need to change our subject again to cooking
yeah.
channel.
We need a cooking show at some point.
Welcome to Cooking with
Raleigh,
Raleigh.
Raleigh, you have your sandwich. You've taken a huge bite, and it is delicious as you expected. But you did say you were going to give it to Meeks, so you're looking around for him so he could take some of it, and you do find him there, bat drawn next to Ingrid with her sword out.
I didn't stop.
Tabitha
But yeah.
and Celeste leaving out the front door with Taliesin looking panicked.
Did I miss something? Like,
We're going. We're leaving.
right, let me get some parchment.
No time.
But
It's
I'm
on
not
the way.
gonna... My sandwich.
Cradle it like a baby.
Bring the plate, Raleigh.
Yes.
Fuck their silverware setting. Just take it. But yeah, Ingrid loops an arm around Raleigh's and we're going.
All right. Cool. That was quick. Guess we got what we came for.
She just says trap and keeps going to the door.
Or was it like, did you hear us arguing? No, it's a trap. No.
No laughter, just tugging to the door.
All right. I guess.
Raleigh, people your entire life have been telling you what's good for you, where you need to go, when you need to do it. It seems like ever since you've gotten involved with this group, they have been trying to tell you what you can and can't do and what you are and aren't capable of.
Yeah.
And something inside of you snaps.
Keep your mouth shut, keeper. Seems like you're telling him what to do now.
Yeah.
I'm not telling him what to do at all.
Rebel. Fight the power.
I did not prepare.
Sorry,
It's okay.
it's okay.
Oh shit. He can't change playbooks. He hasn't leveled 6 times.
Maybe the rules
I was
are
gonna say, yeah, the
changing.
rules are changing.
No one said I was changing anything.
Are you gonna take a power from another playbook though?
He's turning into a fish monster. He got
Oh,
bit in the
yeah.
last game he was in.
You did get bitten, that's true.
Ew.
Just, just Murlocs across the stream. Welcome to my new
No.
World of Warcraft game where everyone is a Murloc. Including me.
That'd be great.
Okay, cool.
He's gonna be a wereflap flap. Oh god.
A majestic wear flap flap. Thank you.
A giant stingray. Sounds like some terrible spin-off from Street Sharks.
Right?
Street Race. They just skateboard, so they just flap, just roll down the hill.
I'd be really good at doing a Raleigh.
No.
Okay, sorry. So what's happening?
Quit tugging on me. Time for my sandwich.
There is danger here, and we are all leaving. You wish to stay with your sandwich? Fine, you can take it with you. We are all running, Raleigh. No one is telling you to run by yourself.
As Meeks is walking up the stairs with someone.
Meeks is a bad example. He never do as he does.
Didn't Meeks kind of threaten to put you down last?
Oh, I'm not liking this at all.
No.
Well, that doesn't sound like me. That doesn't sound like me.
Ingrid takes a breath. Raleigh, I'm sorry. I did not mean to. We're dealing with a lot of baggage and a lot of danger right now, and I'm just freaking out a bit, alright?
It's
I
too
saw what
late
this
for
could lead to.
sorry. And you see his arms start to crack at the shoulders, and the skin tears, like right at the bicep, as his arms extend down until they're almost reaching the floor. And this noxious smell starts to come from him.
I don't think this is gonna help, but I would like to try something really quick in a panic. Can I try to banish a spirit that is possessing someone?
Oh, you can absolutely, you can certainly try.
Okay, because that's definitely a thing I want to do right now.
Okay.
Never mind,
That's a
sorry.
use magic. It's one of my use
Mhm.
It's my other use magic practitioner ability, so I get a bonus to it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I
Because I tried to be careful
Read-
to pick things that other people couldn't do when I was, but you changed playbooks, and so yeah, sorry.
but that's one of the use magic items is just pick one of these on this list, and I got
Yeah.
to pick 2 from that
Neat.
list to be specialized at. So I reach out with my hand, mutter some incantation words, and like move my hand in a particular way and try to banish a spirit in that's clearly turning Raleigh into a wereflap-flap.
I would say to go ahead and roll for it, but in this particular instance, there is no spirit possessing Raleigh. So even if it was done perfectly into a T,
Mhm.
there would be no effect.
Raleigh. Raleigh, look at me. Ingrid puts her sword blade down at her side, not to have it in his face.
You were supposed to be the easy one.
All will be well. You know me. You know I do not wish you any harm. I swear to you everything I do is because you are family. I wish to do right by you. I do not wish to hurt you at all. And I trust you. You are part of us. How can I help?
You can't. And Raleigh runs down the hallway towards where Meeks went up the stairs.
Shit.
All right.
So we've had a little time, right?
You've had very little time.
I tried
I've
talking
been
to him
talking for a
little
while,
bit.
but all right. What, so when we
That was
get to
out
the-
out of character pausing. Oh god.
Well, when we get to a certain
Oh,
point, when we get to the top of the stairs, I'm going to look at who am I with again? What's his name?
Taliesin.
Taliesin. I'm going to look at him and say, grab whatever it is and get to me as quickly as possible.
Right? He just nods. As he nods, you see Raleigh almost to the top of the stairs with a speed that you are not familiar with, and a form that you are definitely not familiar with, but wearing Raleigh's clothes for sure.
Is he bigger than normal?
His Kyle, go ahead and describe a little bit. I know that your arms have gotten longer, but I can't remember everything.
Its arms are basically almost to the end of his legs, like they're dragging on the ground almost. And they are completely devoid of skin. They are just, it's like red sinew, but it's not damp. It's just like, think if the skin was completely translucent, but there's nothing there, but that's kind of the flavor I was going for.
Oh, gross. Okay.
That's the only thing that's different.
Is the arms?
Now.
Is it? Oh.
I'm trying to chase after him, but he's obviously faster than me.
As soon as I see
Are
him
they in there?
coming up here, Raleigh.
Hiya. Are they in there?
So you can do this then.
Sure.
It looks impressive. Maybe you can take care of yourself after all. No,
Are you gonna knock on the door, or am I?
They aren't in there. They are there. Just over there, friend. And I'm going to be using soothe over all those words to remove all negative emotions.
Is there a roll for that?
Let me check.
Do I?
Soothe. When you talk to someone for a few seconds in a quiet voice, you can calm them down, blocking any panic, anger, or other negative emotions they have. This works even if the thing that freaked them out is still present, as long as your voice can be heard. Period. Sun's getting real low.
You are a little calmer, but that doesn't necessarily mean that your transformation goes away unless you want it to. But it can absolutely remove the stress.
I think the redness of his arms kind of subsides a little bit, almost like it wasn't damp, but it almost looks like it's like darkening somewhat. But he's still going to go and kick in the door that he was pointed to.
Would you like to kick some ass to knock that door down?
Yeah. Sure. Let's kick some ass. This is an oddly shaped door. That is plus... okay. Has Raleigh kicked ass yet? Once? That is going to be a 9. To kick the door's ass.
You effectively kick down the door.
Look, what do I see?
Did you point him towards the correct door?
Fuck no, we're standing in front of the correct door.
Yeah.
And as he starts to move towards that door, we're going in this one.
Mm-hmm. I had a feeling. So you see an empty study, Raleigh.
Hide and seek.
But it does look like it's been ransacked. And
That's what they want me to think.
You go in and you start going to town. Ingrid, yes, go ahead.
I'm still running after Raleigh with
Alright.
my sword.
You get to the top of the stairs. You see Raleigh going into one room, and you see Meeks going into another room.
Is the Meek's door first down the hall?
Meeks' door is first down the hall, but Raleigh's is literally the next room next to it.
Did I see her before I turned to my door?
I didn't say it, but I was gonna call out for Raleigh, but that's okay. We can just say I didn't. That's fine.
You were
I
coming up the
assumed you
stairs
were,
pretty
but okay.
quickly after him, so you probably caught a glimpse of her before.
So as Raleigh heads down to that door and I see Ingrid, that's it, and I turn back to the door.
All right. What do you do?
I'm gonna go in with Meeks.
All right.
Rather, I'm gonna see in that door, and if that door has the people, I'm gonna go into that door.
All right.
Okay. So we walk into this door. One, I heard voices behind.
You open up and you see a woman standing over Ron, sword drawn, pointed, and a awful lot of blood oozing out of Ron's body on the ground.
Wings unfurled, standing between her and Taliesin.
Okay. Taliesin rushes in to the room and pays no attention whatsoever to Ninian and dives under his bed, grabs a box, and starts running for you. As Ninian takes a step forward towards you, sword drawn. As Ingrid, you step into the room behind your sword drawn, she looks to you. Oh, little sister, this is a pleasant surprise.
Oh dear. She has
Here
her
to help.
sword. And she stands next to Meeks.
Pity.
All he has to do is touch my hand, my outstretched hand, and we're gone.
Yep. And he is
And I
headed
will
directly.
try to take Ingrid too. Well, actually, I'm going to kind of look at Ingrid just as that's kind of happening. I'm going to look to her and see if she wants to stay or not, because Raleigh's still here, so
She shakes her head.
she knows what I can do. So I'm interpreting that to mean that she doesn't want to go.
Correct.
Okay.
She'll shake her head and go.
Enjoy your reunion.
Taliesin touches your hand and
I
you
bounce.
are gone. Where do you take him?
The apartment,
Okay.
if I roll well enough.
All right.
What is that ability? Hold on. That is a plus weird, so it's only a 9. I do manage it, but we are in the wrong place,
Okay.
so we are off.
You manifest inside the top floor of the Union Square Hotel,
This isn't right.
inside the elevator.
Yikes.
And he immediately starts panicking. I can't be in here. I can't be in here. You have to leave.
It's not just you, Angela. I think our internet fluctuated for a second. Calm down. It's all right. I'm going to get you out of here as soon as I can. And I'm using soothe, but it's going to take me a moment. So you just need to look at me and relax. And then I'll try again.
Okay, and your soothing words do help as he slowly begins to calm his breathing.
Emma, yeah, hold on.
Hello.
Once.
There we go.
Ooh,
That's much better.
There we go.
Okay.
That's much better.
Sorry about that. Ooh,
How's
that's 11. Another 11. 6 and 5.
11.
So that's
All right.
perfect.
So you managed to make it into the apartment. Raleigh, there's nothing in this room, but you do hear voices in the room next to you. Ingrid, your sword is drawn, and Ninian is staring you down. Clever trick. How far would you get? Everywhere you live is owned by me.
Is this just your personal needs, or is this what it's always been about? The Valkyries, all of them.
The Valkyries, well, they've served their purposes. The spiral must be walked, and having a team such as the Valkyries by my side has certainly been instrumental in helping me walk it, but the game is coming to an end.
Glad to hear it. I do not like games. And she calls out, "Cousin, would you like to hurt something now?"
I'm more a fan of RPGs.
And I have my sword at the ready, and I would like to thank you for all you taught. Well, not you.
That sword is certainly interesting. Where did you get it?
Family heirloom.
Of course. You know, you and Raleigh could assist me in gathering the rest of the artifacts. None of this has to end poorly.
We have had that offer from several parties so far. What would you say is your intent if you were to get what you seek here? What would you wish for?
There are so many things one could do with the power that would be granted at the end of the labyrinth. I find that most people have issues with power and need to be saved from themselves.
Ah, so you take this out of altruism.
Of course.
Ingrid stalling for time, waiting for Raleigh to burst in the door.
I thought I was already there.
Oh yeah, it does not take him long to be there. Sorry.
I think you would find that me and my cousin have grown into a little more trouble than they would be worth for you, so I am sorry. But I regrettably must give you my resignation.
That is too bad. You would have made quite the head of the organization.
I think I will make a better human being.
But they're so very boring.
Not always. She points back to the doorway.
She flings out a hand towards you, Ingrid.
I would. Do I get to react to that before you describe?
Yes, you do.
I would like to use my sword and make a circle trace a circle around myself with my sword.
Excellent. Go for it.
So, does it immediately unleash a surge of mystical fire? Or just...
No, you do have to roll for it.
Okay, so I roll weird, which is great because I'm good at that now.
Yep.
Not great at it, but I'm good. I rolled 7 plus 3, 10.
Excellent. So the fire bursts up as this sickly, pale, almost blackish green energy pours off her hands towards you and Raleigh. And the places where it touches the fire seems to wither and die almost. You imagine that if that had touched either you or Raleigh, it would have been very, very bad. Instead, she raises an eyebrow and goes, Suspicions confirmed. Good to know. And with a wave of her hand, she disappears.
Fuck you two. Ingrid then remembers that Raleigh's there, and she turns to Raleigh. I didn't know she was going to do that. I was hoping you would get a swing in or two.
I'm still gonna! And he grabs the nightstand and chucks it across the room.
Yep. And Ingrid
Shattering
stands
the
at the
window.
door, just...
I was about to say, and the window shatters.
Ingrid just stands at the door frame. Yep, just get it out, buddy. There you missed one over there. There's a chair.
I hate nightstands.
Telepathy. You guys are taking too long. Are you coming out or what?
Can I respond to that message? I might not be able to.
I can read your
is
mind.
it two-way? Oh, then she just goes, all is well, Ninian's gone. Or Ninian fled.
Is anyone hurt?
Just Raleigh's impatient feelings.
And the bleeding Oberon in front of you.
He's Ingrid goes over to check on Ron.
He is fading.
Oh, okay. That's fading. I can work with that.
I mean, his entire
Oh,
body
literally
is
fading.
He is
not,
literally fading.
Not his vitals are fading. Okay, there's
He's
a difference there. Understood.
Fading, if you will.
Is he like intangible at this point?
Yes.
Okay. Do not worry about Ron. Are the keys? Shit, the keys.
The keys are there. His
Okay.
mortal possessions are still there. It's just, that scene in Dark Crystal where like the clothes and everything are still there.
Mhm.
That's kind of what it's just like empty bed sheets.
He's
Okay.
naked somewhere.
We may not.
It's a pissed off Oberon when he gets back to the Fae.
Right. We may not need the keys. My thing was going to be rolling magic
Well,
to do
sure.
something inhuman and jumpstart the car.
that's fine. I'm gonna take the keys as a backup. I'll just search through his stuff, grab anything that looks out of the ordinary, the keys, anything else that might be on him, while Raleigh's still kicking the room's ass.
Okay. Raleigh, your urge to destroy things does eventually fade.
You see his arms like start to shrink back to their normal size, and as they do, it's almost like the skin starts to reform over his arms slowly. And he's,
Nope.
oh, that was a bit of a rush.
Ingrid does not wait for that to fully finish before she runs over and hugs Raleigh. Like, really tight.
Whoa, what's up, Kaz?
You turned into a monster. That's not okay. You need to tell me what happened.
Oh, I will go into graphic detail after a sandwich.
She puts her hands on Raleigh's face and is like, "It has literally been 2 days. What could you have done to do this?" And then hugs him harder again.
It's been a long time coming, Kaz.
Oh, it's fine. Come on. We should go. Or yes, we should go. And she keeps her sword out, has her bag on her back, the keys in hand. Was there anything else on Oberon's clothes? Anything else of note that would be potentially worth taking?
There is some money.
Sure.
And that's about really it. Some identification.
And she picks all that up just to have it. And as she's walking out the door, she has a little flicker of a realization based on stuff that Ninia said, and picks up her phone and dials Sigrun. Come on.
Hello?
Sigrun.
Ingrid. I did not expect to hear from you.
Ninian just tried to kill me. You should probably leave.
Ingrid, you made your choice. I cannot protect you.
I'm not looking for protection. I'm looking to protect you in case you are no longer of value.
I understand. I appreciate that. I have had a new job offer and will be taking it.
I have a guess.
Oh?
For Atlantics, perhaps.
How did you know?
Goodbye, Sigrun. And she hangs up. And she's got a sourpuss of a face for the rest of the walk down the stairs. Actually, no. You know what?
Right.
She smacks something with her sword.
It bursts into flame.
Good. Say it was a dresser or something.
Tabitha.
Dresser caused something to burst into flame. Sorry.
No, that's right. You are pacing outside the car with Celeste. You've heard the crash of a window. You now see smoke coming out of one of the windows.
Yeah.
Whoops.
And it's gone quiet. A little too quiet.
That's when she's like, "Are you guys coming? Are you guys coming?"
Celeste's eyes are huge. And she's quiet as she just stares.
I'm gonna try to jumpstart the car with use magic
Alrighty.
to do one thing that is beyond a human limitations.
Okay then.
Okay, that's a 10, so just barely.
Tabitha, this should work just fine. I mean, most of your powers work just fine, but every now and again, it does require a little extra something. Let's see here. You have several things that sometimes must manifest in order for your powers to work, yes?
Correct.
Poor impulse control, pain, and what was the other one? Mood swings.
Mood swings.
You got stuck on babysitting duty? And you're babysitting a ghost.
She can't even die.
She's also older
What the
than you.
fuck? It's worse than a baby.
She's also older than you.
She is also
Yeah.
older than you.
Chronologically, she is. God damn it. Why am I fucking stuck out here? Just goddamn start. And she's just yelling at the car engine as she's like slapping her hands on the hood to try to jumpstart it.
Oh.
I feel the car's feelings hurt.
Oh, it's like a nice massage. Oh, yeah, that's the spot. That's the spot.
You hear a little to the left, please. I was making a massage joke, Logan. Don't make it gross.
If a car said that to me, I'd be out.
Literally, you would open the
hear-
door and walk out.
Not only the roar of an engine as the car jumps to life, but something not entirely human roaring as well, just outside of the clearing.
Raleigh?
Barrier.
All right.
I'm going to try to throw up a barrier
Okay.
around me and the car and Celeste.
100 bears encircle you.
It is San Francisco.
Ooh, that's really good. That's a 12.
Extra
All right.
Bear Riders
It's even
gang.
barrier.
You watch as a 7-foot tall, hulking brute with red eyes, gray, stony skin, and sharp teeth comes barreling into the clearing. You can see him wearing a kind of shapeless gray tunic that seems spattered with some sort of red something, and wearing a floppy cap that is crimson and seems to be dripping with something.
Uh-oh. Heather knows what that is.
He seems to
Uh-oh.
appear from the shadows out of nowhere.
Yeah, definitely keeping a barrier up.
He rages against and hits the barrier hard and just begins to prowl outside of it. And then looks to the house. You've got the barrier around you and Celeste, but Ingrid and Raleigh are inside.
Ingrid, Raleigh, there's something coming your way. I think it's a red cap.
Oh, good. There's little things. It's fine.
No, this is 7 feet tall.
that was half meta. That wasn't quite.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Ingrid, as they're rushing down stairs, Ingrid looks to a window towards where the car is.
You see this large fellow kind of stalking around, and you watch as he pulls out this giant pole arm and looks like he's preparing himself to try and break through. Your barrier, how long does it last?
It doesn't say.
Okay.
It says I can bar a place or portal to a specific person or type of creature.
Ah, okay.
So basically, I was just trying to bar it from any creatures that weren't me and Celeste.
All right.
Or if I'd seen it, it would have been Fae. But
Okay.
it doesn't say how long it lasts, though.
Okay. It's probably will hold. Just not entirely sure how long. Ingrid and Raleigh, you get down the stairs, and the car is just there. And then there's the creature. You might be able to make it to the car. Not entirely sure how fast it is.
Could try to hold it off. I don't think I have to be standing still for the wall to stay. How are you feeling about a bit of a jog, Rolly?
Like a bit of a jog, like away, or a bit
To
of
the
a
car.
jog towards the. Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay. She pats him on the back. It's just kind of like you can tell she's just so relieved for you to actually be okay and not like turning into a Mr. Hyde monster. And all right, let's give it a go then. And with her sword on one hand and using like a wide sweeping gesture that she had used previously in an earlier adventure, and with some incantations, I'm going to try to cast a wall of force between us and maybe like at an angle, so as we run around it and towards the car, it like keeps it from swinging at us. Or potentially keeps it from moving back towards the car. I can make it wind if that justifies it a bit more as being something that could potentially hold it off longer.
That's totally fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna be using it as I'm not kicking ass. I guess I'm using magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing something that's exactly what they say, but I'm using my combat magic. Fuck. That's 9. Yeah, that's just 9.
Can I help her at all?
Sure, if you can see her trying, to get out of the house. So, sure.
Okay. Can I? How am I gonna help? Can I give her a spot to aim for? The stories always say to aim for the cap.
There you go.
Okay, so aim the wall at his like upper region,
Right.
like you're saran wrapping a door, just at the top.
All right.
So what does that? What does that just give me a plus?
Yes,
I think I have to roll, though, right?
Heather has to roll,
Okay.
and then on a 7 to 9, you get a +1. But it's also going to open
That's a
up
9.
Heather.
Yeah.
All right. So
that's
you
an
successfully
10.
get Ingrid up to a 10. But Tabitha, in order to give her that bit of help, your concentration on the barrier breaks, and he begins to rush through it.
Okay, I had a feeling.
So Angela, you said you were you're doing your combat spells, yes?
Yeah, I was trying to do a wall, which is a 1 harm magic barrier.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's
If
very loud.
All right.
If it's coming at her, Tabitha's going to try to use magic to inflict harm.
Okay. So 1 second, because you just helped out, and Ingrid
Yeah.
just did battle magic. Raleigh, what is it that you're doing?
Is Taliesin still in the house?
No, Meeks
No.
and Taliesin
Got
bamfed
it.
out, and they're the only people there are you, Celeste,
Right.
Tabitha, and Ingrid.
Cool.
And we will get to Meeks and Taliesin in a minute.
I'm gonna roll for it. I'm not really sure what he would do at this point.
Ingrid's gonna stick near Raleigh, so in case he does anything that inflicts harm on him or something, that Ingrid's going to want to be there to help protect him.
Yeah, so he is going to he starts to like laugh, and the laugh kind of turns into this long wheeze as the aioli.
Yeah. That's so appropriate for Raleigh too. Good job, Logan.
The change for his arms starts to happen again, but he also starts to like his back starts to pop and shift, and his front legs kind of start to get a little bit longer, and then sprouting out from under his shirt is more. There's like more of him growing out that way, and like it's like this fleshy, like all of this stuff is like this like skinless flesh, and 2 legs pop out of the bottom part of this mass. Yeah, go for it, Heather. I don't have attribution for the artist. And the knees are bent the wrong direction for that one. The feet end in claws, as do all of his appendage. And under his chest, this head sprouts that looks like this equine, nasty-looking horse head with a single crimson eye coming out of it.
That's amazing.
And this lolling tongue hanging out of its mouth. And Raleigh charges at the thing.
Alrighty. Would you like to kick some ass, Raleigh?
I would love to kick some ass.
Let's kick some ass.
Swing him my claws at that stupid red hat.
Alrighty.
That's real not good. That's a total of 4. Starting off great.
You're
Oh,
new
well,
to this. It's okay.
Mark experience. Mark experience.
Hooray.
And as you do that, the red cap takes out his pole arm and just tries to beat you with it and ends up doing 3 harm to you as it smacks you. Go ahead, Ingrid.
Can I protect him?
You can protect him.
I would like to protect him with my, I guess, sword. Try to like ricochet a little bit.
Mhm.
And try to like just harness that sort of inherent magic that I'm wielding. I get an effect if I'm actually able to successfully protect him.
Sure.
So, that's a 10 total.
Nice.
And I would like to inflict harm on the enemy
Okay.
as part of that. So it was doing. It did 3 harm.
It did 3 harm.
Do I take that on by protecting?
Let me double check really quickly. I
'Cause
don't think so.
I have an ability called Spell Shield that when I protect someone, I gain 2 armor against any harm that is transferred to you. So I just want to see if there's any harm that I need
Yes,
to offset.
So you got a what? A 10 plus?
I got a 10, yeah.
Right. So you can choose to suffer little harm.
Mm-hmm.
All impending danger is now focused on you,
Mm-hmm.
or you can inflict harm on the enemy or hold the enemy back.
I'd like to inflict harm on it.
Okay, so you do take the 3 harm then.
Okay, so I get -2 on that because I have 2 armor, so I take
Right.
1 harm. Yeah, that's what I would like to do. So as I'm holding it back with the sword, there's like this shimmer flash of like sort of arcane shielding that that protects me from some of the brunt of the polearm attack.
All right. Fantastic.
But I do take
And
1.
he hisses back as your magic hits him. How much damage does that do?
It like it didn't say. I was just just to check my sword.
Okay.
My sword does +1 harm, and
Okay.
it's magic.
So it does 2 harm to him, and he just kind of shrieks backwards when it hits him. Tabitha, would you like to do anything?
Yeah, I'm going to attack the red cap with magic with inflict harm.
Okay.
Ooh, that's pretty good. That's an 11.
Alrighty.
Are you gonna make me do anything?
I'm
I'm
not
just
a moment.
checking.
No.
Okay. So so it takes 1 harm immediately, and she's just kind of like slicing her hand through the air, taking a page from Ingrid's book, and trying to hit it with like a wind blade, basically.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use my spooky move Hex, which lets me add on an extra effect whenever I use magic.
Okay.
And in this case, I'm going to say that the target breaks something precious or important, and I want can I have the wind blade like cut through his weapon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So he takes 1 harm and his weapon is broken.
All right.
Polearm was made of Legos.
As that happens, he lets out this ungodly cry, and then just fades into the shadows.
Stop doing that.
And
Ingrid.
then it's like he was never there in your minds either. Raleigh's gone all strange and transformed. Tabitha, Ingrid's got her sword out, but you don't remember why.
Were we like fighting something?
Raleigh, you really have to calm down. It's going to be okay.
That's
We're just
Raleigh?
going back to the car. We'll just take a breath.
You remember
Nothing
Raleigh
here. We're safe.
shifting,
It's gone.
but you don't remember why he shifted.
Right. I'm just assuming he's just freaked out.
Yeah.
What happened?
I'm really angry and I'm not sure why.
We have
Can you,
snacks
like,
in the
punch
car.
the door or something.
There's chocolate. There's Rolos.
Raleigh, would you like a Rolo?
Guys, can we get back to my dad, please?
Yes.
Yes.
He's not out. Where
No,
is
Meeks didn't
Meeks?
come out here with him. He must have gone back to the apartment, maybe?
Possibly. Does he have a phone? Does Meeks have a phone? No. Okay. I thought maybe.
It was too sweet.
No.
My telepathy doesn't say that.
They showed me one with a little phone case on it that had a cookie, and he's like, "Nope, that's not for me." Internet cookies? Nope, not for me.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
Telepathy doesn't say if there's a distance limitation. I'm assuming you're
You
gonna
are
put
close
one, and
enough
that's
to
fine.
Meeks that you are able to contact him if need be.
Okay. I mentally poke Meeks. Meeks, are you okay?
It's been a while, so I have no idea what condition I'm in.
You're
I don't know how the
depending
conversation is
on
about to go. That's the problem.
yeah. So let's go ahead and actually pop over there to that conversation. So you and Taliesin have just arrived back at the apartment.
And I just look up at him and look him in the eyes.
How did they get here so fast?
Batted my hand on the left, but down. I put out my right hand, an open palm. Face up, like I'm asking for something. High
Do I
five.
need- Are we going somewhere again? Did we get to the right spot? He looks like he's gonna put his hand in yours.
Give it to me.
He puts the case in your hands. This?
He looks down at the case, a little disappointed.
I don't know what else you want.
Is this what he
or
grabbed from the room?
Why? Yeah.
I go and put it over on the counter, open it.
Okay. He does, and inside is a silver goblet. Very plain, unassuming. It's got some Celtic knotwork on it.
How thick is the case?
It's very thick and well padded.
Is that it?
I'm assuming this is what they were after.
The chalice.
Yes. The chalice.
Is that it?
Yes.
I pick it up.
Please be careful of that. I haven't found all of its properties yet.
I am careful with everything that I am destined to protect. And it vanishes.
Okay, okay, let's talk about... First of all, hadn't given it to you officially, was letting you see it.
Destiny gave it to me.
Right, well, some people would
Actually,
call that stealing.
I'm sorry. Destiny has given it to Raleigh.
Well, then, if it's all right with you, I would like to understand, A,
It's
why
not
it's
all
being
right
given
with
to
me.
Raleigh.
You matter nothing in this. You're not a part of my prophecy. You may have your own destiny. Maybe you fulfilled it.
And yet, I'm here, and my daughter is the one who brought you to me. So therefore, I believe that I am part of your destiny and your prophecy, and therefore I do matter in this.
As I said, you may have fulfilled it. You might have more to do, but you're not a part of my prophecy. You're not a part of my destiny or my mission. Retrieving the chalice was.
I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
Retrieving the chalice was.
And how long have you known about the chalice?
My entire life.
Really?
Since I was created.
Created. It's an interesting way of saying born.
I was not born.
Then what are you?
I unfurl my wings again. What would you call me?
Had we not just teleported across the vast majority of San Francisco, I would call you a charlatan. However, I also know that you can speak with spirits.
I start to fly a little off the ground.
And that there is a game afoot, Meeks.
I'm not here to
And
play games.
I understand that you are not, and neither am I.
No, that's all you seem to be able to do. You and your kind. You know nothing of what's coming.
I know more of what's coming than most people in this world. You think I want to walk this spiral labyrinth? You think I do this because I enjoy it? You think I have devoted my life to study of these artifacts because I want them? No, I devoted my life to studying them because I want to protect the world from what's coming. You are not the only person in this world who wants to protect it, Minx.
I fly really close to him, looking down at him. Who says I want to protect it?
And that's all the more reason that you should be stopped if you don't want to. If your goal is to see the end of humanity and this world,
My goal, my only purpose, the reason I was created was to fulfill my prophecy. What happens after that is not up to me. If my prophecy is to lead to the death of the world, then that is the will. That is my goal. I do not know what comes after.
perhaps you should start thinking about what might come after.
That's not for me to do. That's not my destiny. That's not my path. I will not be swayed and I will not change. Not by you. Not by anyone. And if anyone stands in my way, they will be moved. Or they will be removed. Do you know where the stone is?
I do not know where it is, but I know who has it.
Meeks just waits.
And when I have my chalice back so I can see its safe transfer to Raleigh, I will tell you.
The chalice will not be seen again until we have all 4 items. And not you, nor any creature on this earth or in the heavens can find it.
Then I wish you good day and good luck.
He points to the door.
I will be in touch for my daughter.
She calls me Angel Daddy.
He walks out.
I think it's Angel Dad.
Angel Dad and Angel Daddy.
Very
are
different
two
things.
Very different things.
If you'd said Angel Daddy, I
that's
feel like he'd punch you in the face.
That sounds. No, I did say Angel Daddy. Meeks, but that's Meeks. Meeks will land and just kind of wait in the apartment for a few minutes, see if anything contacts him or if the weird phone thing on the wall rings. And if not, then
That's right, we have a phone in the hotel.
if not, then he will head back. But I assume that I'll get the message by then.
Ingrid lets Tabitha drive them home if she wants. Like, please, if you'd like to.
Should we go home? Is it safe? Do they know we live there?
I think they will find us no matter what. I'm not sure any place is safe.
Meeks, you do get the just a little bit after he leaves. You do get the call from Tabitha mentally. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys.
So what was it like?
Can I
Meeks, are
respond
you
to that?
okay?
Yes, you can respond.
I can read your mind.
I'm fine. Talisman is gone. I have the chalice. He seems more comfortable talking to you in his head than anywhere else.
Gone but alive? This is all mental. She's not saying this out loud. She's looking at Celeste in the mirror.
I would have told you if I killed him.
I don't know if I would have wanted to know that.
Then we need to change our social contract.
Okay. Out loud. Meeks is back at the apartment, but is it safe? This might be a bad idea, but should we go see Maeve?
To what end?
Well, she offered me a job for information and didn't want to kill us. At least she didn't seem to want to kill us.
As long as we do what she says, who knows what that deal could metamorphosize into.
Well, call me crazy, but at the moment, she's against the people who just tried to kill us, right?
You're crazy. She smirks a little bit. She's tired. It's been a long day. I think we are better off in a group.
Well, yeah.
That is the only safety.
I agree we should all be together. I'm just wondering if we should see if we could negotiate a safe house out of Maeve in addition to the sickle.
I still don't know what she wants either.
Well, she says she just wants information on Atlantics.
No, I mean with all the pieces.
Ah. Well, she didn't want the pieces, though. She wanted information for the Spiral Labyrinth.
I think that is the goal, though. Are they not all connected?
Am I hearing any of this?
No, because this is in the car. No, I don't know. Meeks never tells me anything. I get half answers.
Nobody ever tells me anything.
Well, then let us put all our cards on the table. Let us get home. We will all talk, and we will decide what we do together.
Okay. Should we check the house for bugs? I don't know what the Valkyries do.
I mean, for all we know, the car is bugged. Fuck you, Ninian.
Fair.
I mean, she probably has the car low jack too, so it's gonna be.
Well, she knows where we are. She sent us an Uber. There is no surprise here.
She sent you an Uber on.
Oh, God.
Is that just now, or was that like from the moment you
That
came
was
up
from the
with
moment I came up with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mhm.
God damn it.
Told you those umlauts are tricky.
Yeah, so we should let us all speak together, decide what we do. And maybe we'll figure something out. I don't know. Now, since we have a bit of a car ride, Ingrid turns to Raleigh, who is now trapped in an enclosed space with her. Perhaps it is time we have a conversation. about the Gur-Arg of it all.
Yeah, what the
Oh.
hell was that?
Yeah,
How long has that been happening, Raleigh? I have not known you to be an angry person. And then
No,
all of a sudden, like a switch, you lost control.
no, today was the first time.
Okay. Have you ever been bitten by something?
No, but I smelled
Besides the
its like
stingray.
creepy crud vapors.
From your previous encounter.
Yeah, I told you guys those kelp zombies were like real fucking weird and not great. I had a bad experience.
You didn't look like you had any kelp on you. It looked more like something out of Attack on Titan.
Yeah, it's pretty much that's exactly what it was. Like glowing red eye and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and like the no skin thing.
Yeah, that's. I think it was. I'm not sure. It's a little breezy, I will say.
Ollie, I'm going to be upfront with you.
Please do.
Before Ninian had her wonderful turn, as it were, I had already left the Valkyries, and it was because of you. And this makes me realize why they wanted you. Perhaps they had suspicions of what you had encountered and wanted to deal with it or wanted to learn more.
I didn't even know what I encountered.
Well, they did, perhaps, based on description.
I mean, like, I have my suspicions because I've done, like, creepypasta research and such, but...
It was a mix of things. They also, they asked me to put you in a situation in which I was not comfortable. They wanted to use you as bait.
Bait for what?
Atlantics. Now I imagine someone in particular from Atlantics, not the whole company. It involved exposing you to potentially more than one of their products and using you to get access to something. I did not ask for many of the details because I would never do that. I would not take a person's sobriety from them in that way. That would be a horrific violation. So no, I would not do that to you.
I personally would be pretty opposed to that, that's for sure. So thank you for being honest.
That's really fucked up.
Yeah, I know,
yes, I'm
right?
sorry, Tabitha. Your induction may have been prematurely cancelled on your behalf from me.
Totally fine.
Yes,
totally fine. Feel free to make that kind of a decision without asking me first, anytime.
Noted.
You all pull up in front of the apartment at this point.
All right, let's have another terrible conversation.
Yeah, let's.
With unfairly large consequences. And then we should ditch the car.
Agreed.
We could just leave it unlocked out on the street.
I was gonna say, honestly.
Sure.
I'll just park it illegally and leave the door open with the keys in, and we don't have to worry about it.
Ingrid just drops the keys on the driver's seat as they leave.
And the three of you make your way inside the house.
Where is Celeste?
4 of you, sorry.
Was she able to go over the bridge?
Once you removed the fetishes from the car,
Right.
when he reached back into the thing.
Got it.
Huh.
That's right. I forgot.
We never got explanation for that, too.
I know.
We just knew that Celeste was there. Yeah.
But there wasn't much time after that.
Yeah. Things were going to shit.
Celeste might have told them on the way home. If it's
maybe.
An hour drive,
I mean, yeah.
I don't know if that's
be a
something that
while.
gotten met. Like, where did you go, Celeste? You know, maybe that would have come up during that drive.
Did we did Tabitha tell us that Celeste's father was no longer at the apartment? Okay. There would have been like apologies that things got a little hectic, though I'm Ingrid's glad that if her father is in fact innocent of most of this, she's glad that she's been able to reconnect with him. But, you know, things went a little
sideways.
wall-eyed, I was going to say, but sure.
All right. So the four of you go inside.
Do we normally take the stairs or the elevator with Celeste?
Stairs. She does not like elevators. It's not very well, it's only one flight. It's not particularly strenuous.
Yeah, but after that day, come on.
Everything feels strenuous. Just go inside, look for Meeks. The problem was I forgot we weren't in the hotel still. That's why I was questioning
No worries.
the stairs versus the elevator. I got confused by apartment. What happened to my penthouse? Damn it. It went away.
So Meeks is there.
Watching the Great British Baking Show. Eating crackers. Because he hasn't eaten a single cracker this game.
I'm just disturbed because I bought you saltines for the express purpose of you being able to eat them on stream.
Now you do.
How would I have known?
Anyway. Does anyone want a drink? She walks to the fridge.
Why isn't Dad here? Celeste just walks over to you, Meeks. Where'd he go? Why?
Because he and I do not get along. He said he would be contacting for you later.
Is everybody okay?
Technically.
I feel pretty good.
Today was weird. Celeste, do you remember what we were fighting? Outside the car?
Yeah, it was a big guy with a red cap on.
What? I don't... Red cap.
I don't remember fighting a red cap. Do you guys?
No.
It had
Why
like
did we
bits
forget?
of gushy stuff coming off it, and it was all like nasty and stuff.
Well, if I took 1 damage, what's that?
Yeah, you are kind of bruised up. Like you're something feels weird.
I mean, I feel like I took a blow, but I don't remember where. Maybe Linnea did it?
That would explain why Raleigh transformed.
Is that anything like that? Memory modification? Anything like that? Something that you'd forget when you didn't see it?
Hi, Perception Studios. Welcome. Thank you for the raid. Once Celeste points out that you were injured and you feel it, you kind of start remembering it again.
Oh shit, that was big. Ow, that was big.
And Raleigh, you had like, I think, 2 more legs than you should have, and an extra
Dang.
head.
Yep. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Meeks,
Is that what?
you missed
Go ahead.
Raleigh turning into a really cool dude.
Raleigh's always been a really cool dude.
That's true.
Oh, I didn't know you cared.
But seriously,
even
cousin,
cooler.
That was kind of fucked up. Is that
It was kind of cool though, right?
I mean, it's kind of cool. I mean, you're not
you
the
were
only normal one
horrifying.
anymore.
Would give you spooky points. You were very scary.
Built-in Halloween costume.
Oh, please do not do that around children. I would not like that.
You're just as spooky as Tabitha now.
Sort of apples and
Celeste's
oranges
little shipper heart explodes.
All right. Celeste, I don't. Oh, you said her father would send for her, Meeks,
I
or
assume
would
so.
contact. All right.
Probably by that thing over there. The phone. I've talked about the phone.
Yes.
He reaches in to grab
Not
another
the baking
cracker,
show.
realizes the papers, and then he pulls those out and hands them to Ingrid. I found these in the truck, or in the vehicle, along with
Right,
3.
we were driving around without license and registration. Great.
In a
That's the least of
stolen
our worries.
vehicle, it's fine.
That's the issue, though. License and registration.
as well as 3 little tiny dolls that I destroyed.
Oh.
They were preventing
Hi,
Celeste.
Scraticus.
Oh my
Thank you
gosh,
for the raid.
Scraticus, are we the only channel out here today? Thank
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Yay!
That's
the
awesome.
power!
Like 9
Huzzah.
raids today. That's amazing. So
Thank you,
yeah,
guys.
I destroyed the small little dolls as well.
Which,
They were
like,
preventing Celeste from being in the vehicle.
Oh, good on you.
They look like
Oh.
the I don't remember what you told me they were related to. They look like
The little dolls by the fountain
but the ones by
that were keeping the
fountain.
washerwoman spirits at bay.
Huh.
So yes, giant ass trap. That would be the long and short of it.
Oberon had led us there and was told to keep Celeste away by that woman.
What?
Yeah.
So she could get the artifacts.
Isn't
She's
Ninian her aunt?
Yeah.
blood relation or
I
by
don't know.
association?
I don't know. I just always called her Aunt Ninian.
I'm curious. I mean, your father. There's a T. I assume your father, Taliesin, is one of Atlantic's. He works there. Do you know?
Well, he did. I don't know if he still does. He said something about a moral quandary and.
You
I
know,
don't remember.
apocalypse can be morally confusing. I could see that.
He
Yes.
seems to want to stop the destruction of humanity.
Well, that's a good
Cool.
thing, right?
So we like him.
So
When
why
there
did
is
you
too much
fight
of a-
then?
Because I took the chalice.
Oh, well. So where is it?
Safe.
Gr-
And I hold out my hand towards Raleigh. This is yours. And the chalice appears in it. I can keep it safe for you if you want, but I figured you'd want to spend some time with it.
I mean, I was supposed to seek the chalice, right? So, yay, we won.
In the end, I don't know if you seeking the chalice was just our guiding path, or if you're actually just meant to have it, but for now, I'll do with it what you wish.
I'll, look it over. I like the knotwork. And Raleigh will take the chalice.
All right. When the second is in your hand, it feels warm, comforting. As you hold it in your hands for a few moments, you feel something in your mind open up. And you begin hearing thoughts and memories from before times. You get the feeling it's every person who has owned the chalice has put something of themselves inside, and knowledge passes through you. It fills with water and begins to spill a little bit over the sides as these thoughts come bubbling out. As you take a moment, you realize that you can stem the flow fairly easily. Just requires a little bit of concentration.
So it's like the Dumbledore thing that, and then and then
The pensieve?
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. It's like that. It's
Oh,
kinda
that's
like that.
fucking cool.
I have.
For when you need to separate your pens and your pencils.
Just filter them out.
It's a pensieve.
All right. So
So
you don't
this,
feel like immortal or anything.
I mean, I didn't drink from it. I don't want to choose poorly.
Would you like some wine?
I don't
Alrighty
think I have
on
that
it.
ability.
You never know until you try.
Ingrid pulls a wine out of the fridge.
Raleigh concentrates on the chalice.
All right. The sorry, I was working on getting you the stats for it. The chalice begins to fill up with the wine.
As Ingrid's pouring it
Hey.
from the side.
Yeah, just around the shoulder. Wow, magic. You are so smart, Raleigh. Oh.
I'm like that Depeche Mode song.
Which one?
Depeche Mode right
Oh.
about Jesus?
All of Depeche Mode songs were about Jesus.
Stealth
It's
Christian.
an alt world. Instead of Striper, it was Depeche Mode.
So you have found yourself in a situation.
So, real quick, did it actually magically fill with wine?
Yes, it
Oh,
did.
shit.
We were not joking.
I look at the surprise on his face and kind of like question.
I mean, it's just like the cup.
How
Like-
would I know? And I s-
Ingrid lifts her sword. This is the sword, apparently.
I stand up and I walk over to Raleigh. I really don't know. And I put my hand flat out, and a cracker appears in it.
Ingrid pours more wine. I need more to drink for this.
yeah. Tabitha holds out a cup.
So
Does he take the
if
cracker?
there's
Mm-hmm.
Bless you. And I turn and close it back down. And I take another cracker, I put it in my head, and it
Fucking
vanishes.
salt angel. Good lord.
Nope, salt-free angel.
Salt comes from inside you.
Mhm.
Thank you,
He
Kyle.
has so much
Perfect.
salt inside him already that he
Yeah,
has to
I have
soak it
have-
up with
I
the
have to have low
crackers.
sodium. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord.
His levels are. This is the salt level you should be at. This is the salt level you are. Mm-hmm.
So,
But yeah, so I put another cracker into my hand, and I make it vanish.
Yes, using your magical abilities for only the most important things.
Sorry, there's nothing more important to me.
it is after 10.
Oh crap!
So, I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to wrap something up very quickly
Mhm.
if you want to take it. You had been talking about going to see Mab. Do you want to?
Yes.
All right.
Do we ever get to that part of the conversation again about the damn spiral? Do they
Well,
talk about it?
We'll give Raleigh we'll talk a bit in the apartment, and oh fuck. So much was happening that Ingrid forgot to mention the fact that she managed to get Ninia to talk a little longer and speak about the labyrinth and the spiral and a few things that she was going on about. So
Taliesin knew of it as well. He was very
Hmm.
intent on keeping it away from her.
it makes two of us.
Sounds like that was smart.
Nini? What's her name? Nini?
Ninia.
Ninia.
So what is? I mean, I've seen the Bowie flick, but what is this? What is this labyrinth which they speak?
I assume it is a path to power, whether it is a literal labyrinth or not. Probably literal.
Tess, does the labyrinth or the spiral appear in my prophecy at all? Is that just something outside of whatever's going on with me?
No.
Maybe it's metaphoric in the prophecy.
Does anyone do the Macarena? In my
No one
prophecy?
does the
Okay.
Macarena. You
It's an old
have
inside joke.
seen-
I'm sorry.
It's a whole.
You have seen references to a spiral. But that's really it.
Do I know how it related to anything?
You've heard it called the spiral path, but that's it. You're not entirely sure how it relates.
But does that have any direct relation to
there's-
my path, or is it just kind of part of the grandioseness of the prophecy?
It's part of the grandioseness of the prophecy.
Got it.
So
You know, I'd be happy to fill you in if you would be so kind.
Who is this?
Are we still in the apartment?
You were still in the apartment.
Yeah.
Shit.
And-
Turn to who I only assume is the person, the lovely Fae in question.
It is the lovely Fae in question.
Stand, pull my weapon.
Stand down. I'm not going to hurt you.
You're already trespassing.
You were
Well,
talking about coming to see me. I
She
simply
saved us a bit of trouble.
saved you a trip.
But
And in
please, if
all
you
of
could
your
knock
Fae
next
power,
time.
You couldn't have appeared outside instead of here?
I could have, but it would have been trickier.
Where was the drama, Meeks?
There is that.
When I trespass, I expect to be hit with a bat.
You could try.
I would succeed. I saw Oberon taken down tonight.
Not
Hmm.
by us. Ingrid
No,
says
he's currently
pointedly at
throwing
me.
a temper tantrum at the moment, so I don't think you did.
I didn't say killed.
Ah, well.
Also,
That's
we
just
stole
me
his
just being
car.
We did. We did.
It wasn't his car anyway.
I have papers that say otherwise.
You're like, I have
You-
receipts.
Do you believe every paper that you read?
Why would he take the time to falsify the papers with his own name on them?
Because he's Oberon.
It's hubris.
The man is nothing if not petty.
I was
Then
gonna be
humiliate
mad at
the
Ninian then. That's good.
Let's not worry about the car. Someone will have already taken it from the front stoop.
That's
Um,
true.
We did leave it to be stolen again.
Yes, I'm aware.
Pay it forward.
It is a steal it forward sort of situation.
Yes. Now, what is it you wanted to speak to me about?
Tabitha?
I wanted to talk to you more about this contract
Mm-hmm.
with you,
Yes.
and whether exactly what kind of information you want about Atlantics. Just everything that we know, or
I didn't think of. I know some things, mainly things of note. If you find locations of certain people that I may not know about, motives, if any of them have managed to get any artifacts, that sort of thing.
if one of them's dead.
That's good to know. I'm assuming you're referring to Xavier?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, I already knew he was dead.
Okay.
Well done, by the way.
Thank you.
Once we're done with this transaction, we'll have 3. So we don't know about only one of the artifacts.
Yes, I can see the chalice is right over there. How is Taliesin?
Not dead.
I gathered.
Hmm.
You seem a bit perturbed by that, Meeks.
Not at all. I'm only trying to give you information that you've asked for.
I appreciate that. We have a
Alright.
bargain then.
One question.
An exchange.
Does this bargain come with any sort of protection for us besides the sickle?
It comes with an offer of information on how to use the artifacts to prevent the worst.
So basically, you'll give me the sickle in exchange for this continuous flow of information about Atlantics, and in exchange, you'll also teach us how to use the artifacts.
Correct.
And you'll
And
teach us
what-
how to use them to the most complete capability of them that you know. So you'll teach
Including
us.
any downsides.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what, pray tell, is your definition of the worst?
The ending of all humanity, the world, and all of the realms that I inhabit.
That seems pretty worst.
Agreed. I look over at Meeks. Is that what I'm supposed to stop?
He doesn't actually know.
Do you know?
She doesn't know.
No, I do know that she's supposed to at least try to stop it.
No, you don't. That's what you hope. That's what everyone hopes.
Here is what I choose to believe, Tabitha. Whatever you decide, whatever you choose to put your mind to, that seems to be what is meant to happen. So I would not worry too much about what is supposed to happen
All right.
if no one wishes to give you a sign in
Solid
the right direction.
answer. Well, I definitely don't want the end of the world. So there's that.
Then,
We can't always get what we want, Tabitha.
but you can try, Meeks.
Not against destiny, you can't.
Then we don't. She does what she wishes. We do what we can. And that is it. I do not care for any pontifications about prophecies if you cannot give us direction.
I've given the direction.
Then we're done.
All right. Do we have any other concerns or conditions? She's glancing at everyone.
Yes. I want the name of the person with the stone.
It would hardly be in my best interest to keep the final artifact from you now, wouldn't it?
Is that a yes?
Of course.
Okay.
And one more thing. Would it count as above and beyond our agreement if we were to request, if he wishes it, potentially the direction towards something that would help Raleigh if he wishes to be rid of anything that might ail him?
Nothing ails him.
Raleigh's, you're perfect the way you are.
Okay, don't make me out to be the bad guy here. I'm just trying to help my
I
family.
just saw that on a commercial
Right.
with the baking show. Sorry.
I understand your concerns, Ingrid. Raleigh, for those who speak of destiny, she looks at Meeks, Raleigh is fulfilling his beautifully. Raleigh, do not think of this as a curse, it is a gift. You will learn to control it for the betterment of all.
Okay, I will have to take your word for that.
All right. Maybe you can answer this for me. Ninian, is she going to keep coming after us?
Undoubtedly.
Will the
You have
artifacts
what
help?
she wants.
Will the artifacts help protect us?
They can, yes.
She did not feel like going toe-to-toe before. I assume she
What
did
more
not
do
like her chances.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
What more do you need to know?
I like to keep my ears and eyes on the pulse of things. I want to know how far down the spiral path they've gotten. Because the closer they get to the end of the labyrinth, the closer we are to complete annihilation, and I want to know how to avoid being killed and destroyed.
Can they complete the spiral without the artifacts?
Yes, it is possible, though the artifacts make it easier. Few without the artifacts survive the labyrinth.
Can they be here and completing the artifact or the spiral at the same time?
Yes. Several of them have powers of teleportation.
How would we know how far down the path they are?
Well, given that you have 2 of the artifacts in your possession, not far enough. They can continue walking, but I would be careful because they might try to use your own progress as a guiding way to get past a lot of the obstacles. There are several gatekeepers that are difficult to defeat that block the path. One is a red cap. There are several others that I will do more research on and get back to you with. If they manage to defeat them without the artifacts, they can complete the spiral.
A red cap?
Yes.
I do not think we defeated it, though. But we did forget it until we were reminded.
I didn't hear any of this conversation, so I have no idea. So they may
You
look to
didn't
see
hear
us.
us forgetting.
You guys were in the car during that.
No, they were actually in front of you.
What? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we were in the apartment. That
Mhm.
was yeah.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I looked as less than.
A red cap attacked us outside of Talison's house.
Hmm.
If it faded away and we ceased to remember it, does that mean it was defeated, or did it just flee?
No, it fled. It is not yet.
So by
That's
defeating
good.
these creatures,
That's
we're
good.
opening the way for them.
Potentially. But you have to get there first. Because if no one walks the pathway, then it just erupts. And everything is lost.
Then why not let them walk?
That is also another option. To let them walk it, defeat the enemies, and gather the artifacts, letting them do the dirty work. That's
But you
why I
said they
want
could
an eye
walk it
and ear to the
without
ground.
the artifacts.
Yes, but they cannot control what comes at the end of the walking without them.
So that would be the end game for them. Travel the spiral, then collect the artifacts so they could control what was at the end of it.
Correct.
I'm controlling what's at the end of it. Describe that.
Some believe that the evil that is unleashed by the final unlocking, great evil which is said to destroy everything it touches, the world, humanity, all of the realms. There are said that if you have the proper tools and know the correct ritual, you can bind the creature or the being, depending on your understanding of what it is,
how
and to
do
collect
your
its
will.
power. Correct.
I turn to look at Tabitha.
Well then,
Power corrupts,
And
and
absolute
these people
power.
have corrupts absolutely.
Yeah, I got
But
that
only
one.
Sith deal with absolutes.
But I have the high ground. I don't know where we were going with it.
Isn't Tabitha the chosen one, though?
Yeah.
Do we have a deal?
What do you expect of her?
Of Tabitha?
The one that you keep insisting is making the deal with you that you won't call an exchange.
I'm a Fae, darling. We don't call anything in exchange.
Yes, you do. But
I
what,
don't.
what is it you're expecting of her?
Information on whether or not you have seen them defeat any of the Guardians. And I expect you to do your best with whatever you decide is most important. I trust your judgment, Tabitha.
That language is what bothers me. You need to understand that no matter what agreement we make here, I will not allow her to make an agreement that changes anything that happens on her path. But what happens after it, those choices have to be hers.
I'm not saying that they need to be mine. All I'm expecting is her to do her best with whatever she decides is right.
But
So-
what if she decides to do a crappy job? I'm just kidding.
So, like, all right. You asked if we had any other things that we wanted to like tack onto this agreement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Free will.
I don't intend to interfere with yours. Or any of yours.
That's good enough for me.
You don't intend to, but is there the possibility it may happen even without you intending? Sorry, fine.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
You will not directly or indirectly. You know, I was in a game once where I had to make a 3-page contract to write a wish spell with a very vindictive DM, so I'd really rather not do that here. Tess, do we feel reasonably accept that she's not going to fuck with the end of the prophecy at all, at least at this point, with this particular contract?
Yes, her goal is not to screw you in
Okay.
any way.
Right
She
now.
just wants to see the world saved.
Because her
Again,
world is also
that's
in the
my
balance
problem.
there.
Well, 99% of the people
So
want the world saved.
at this point,
Mhm.
Meeks doesn't want the world destroyed. That's very different. But the point is, though, she believes right now, at least, that letting Tabitha do her thing is what's going to do that.
Correct.
Got it. That's what I needed to hear. Sorry.
So what exactly do you have, like a list of all the guardians that we might encounter? That way we
She's-
know it's like, oh,
She said she was going to get that for us earlier, a
Oh.
few minutes ago.
cool.
She said
Sorry,
she told
Knew
us about
about
the
the
red
red
cap and
cap.
said she was going to do the research on the others.
I was not
Sorry.
paying attention.
That's all right.
That's okay.
I was thinking murder horse thoughts.
All the time? That's a
Tabitha.
problem.
The whole time.
And you said you weren't afflicted by
So,
something?
so Meeks looks
afflicted
over
by
at
murder
Tabitha
horses.
and kind of nods approval and for whatever she wants to do.
Okay, last question before I give you an answer. Sorry, this is taking a while.
It's all right. I have nothing but time.
Okay, well, it might be the second to last question, depending on your answer. I apologize. What is Ninian going to find us no matter where we go? I don't know what her
It will
abilities are
take-
like.
It will take some time. If she is in a place, if you are in a place where that she does not
Own.
own.
Okay.
So we
Second
should
question.
move.
Can you help us with that?
Yes, I can.
Can we
I
just tuck
assume
that
you-
in into part of the agreement, the keeping us
Yes,
under the radar?
of course. And I assume that you would prefer to not have it be somewhere where the Valkyries have spies all over.
I'd prefer to avoid their eyes, yes.
Can
Mhm.
do.
All right. Then, including all of the equivocations and verbal contracts that we've discussed here today, I agree. And I hold my hand out.
Excellent. And she extends her hands and shakes yours. You feel a slight tingle of electricity go up your arm as a black vine wraps around your arm in a little raised tattoo. It's very intricate. And in her other hand, she manifests the sickle and hands it to you.
I reach out my hand and take the sickle. And then I point at my arm. Can I keep this but not magical after we're done?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And that is where we're going to end for the
I
evening.
give a J.
All right, go ahead.
The name.
Arthur.
Pendragon.
The A in
son of
Atlantis.
Uther Pendragon.
Arthur who?
She just nods at Raleigh.
Arthur Raleigh.
Pendragon. Listen to other
Oh.
people. Decide
I thought he was
yourself.
being a smartass. I didn't think he was actually.
I thought I was being a smartass.
I thought that was kind of out of character, but slightly in character. Arthur Pendragon.
As
Do we
in
have an
the ones in
address?
Future King. Like King Arthur, you know?
Yes, Rolly, we understand. And she like brandishes her sword a little, like
Have we ever met him before?
Part of-
You have not.
Oh, good. I was thinking that Mars was like secretly like the King of England.
She
Oh, that'd be
starts
weird.
laughing her ass off at that thought. Like, she has to hold herself up against the wall at the idea of Mars being Arthur Pendragon.
I've got our closing moment here. How big is this stone? Well, the sword goes in the stone, so that's a big stone.
Speaker on the inside.
Oh. Tiny little stone, gigantic, got a sword in it. Nobody can get this thing off. It's like a fucking cocktail olive.
It's less of a sword in a stone and more of a stone in a sword.
It's a tiny, tiny little like olive-sized stone at the end. It's like, think of the martini.
Well, okay. If you look at the sword, there is actually
God.
an indentation where a jewel would
go,
have
all right.
resided.
Beautiful.
Thanks. I was gonna reveal that later.
Oh,
Dun,
that
dun,
one. Yeah. that was-
dun.
All
All right,
right.
and that's where we're ending tonight. Thank you guys. Sorry, we went over
Yay.
Just a
by
little.
quite a bit, so we apologize. But thank you
Only
guys for
40
sticking
minutes.
with us. Yeah, it's no big deal. It's
Such a
only
good game.
super late for Angela. But yes, please join us on Discord if you liked what we were playing. We have more stuff that's running. I believe on tomorrow there is a DRPG starting at noon where Angela and Logan will talk about all sorts of very fun, RPG related topics. And then on Thursday we have the next installment of our Descent into Avernus one-shots called 9 Hells of a Good Time, where we have 12 DMs and 40 plus players cycling through a all intersected group of one-shots that take place using the new D&D setting Descent into Avernus. So tune in tomorrow at noon for RPG. That is noon Pacific time, and then tune in Thursday at 7 for 9 Hells of a Good Time. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. It's been fantastic. It is very late. I don't know that we're going to do a raid right now.
Thank you
So-
for everyone
Everyone
who's
rated
rated,
us.
though.
We had
I
like
know,
900
thank
you guys.
raids today. It was amazing.
Thank
So
you for
anybody
all the
still did,
raids.
Thank you.
We
Thank you guys very
appreciate it
much.
greatly. And so, what?
Be sure to check out our sponsors, World Anvil and Die Hard Dice.
You can find the links
Absolutely.
in chat in our end
Mhm.
end
Our
tag.
end roll.
Yes, and if you tune in for
We need that
any
on
of our
Patreon
9
too.
Hells,
Mhm.
oh, that's true. If you tune into any of our 9 Hells of a Good Time one-shots that we're holding all throughout October, you also have a chance to win some Die Hard dice of your own. And they're very pretty.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Well, have a good one. And as always, my favorite sign out is carry on, you funky little tieflings.
Nice.